Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome back to Twisted Veil. Um, Veil, Twisted Veil.
Yes.
We have a wonderful game tonight for you guys as our party continues to dip into the mines of funness, we'll say for now. But as always, before we do, we have some wonderful announcements. Deanna, take it away.
It's me. I'm here to announce. Woohoo! All right. Gonna start it off as usual by sending some love through the stratosphere to our regular partners. Hopefully you recognize these names. First, I want to shout out Nine Realms Gaming. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. By gaming accessories, I mean stuff like dice vaults, dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, beautiful wooden constructions. You can visit their website, ninerealmsgaming.com, and use our exclusive partner code LYRE10, LYRE10, to get 10% off. That's ninerealmsgaming.com. We love them very much. Other name that should hopefully be just dinging bells all over the place for you guys is WANDERLILY Dice. WANDERLILY Dice is a small handmade dice making company in Huntsville, Alabama. They make sharp edge dice, of course, but they also make dice jewelry and other adventure items. And adventure items can be things like hand stamped leather journals and handmade resin pens. You can find their shop at wanderlilydice.com, and you can enter the code Ink&Lyre10 to get 10% off of your order there. Again, that's wanderlilydice.com. All right. Then some social stuff, some stuff about you, some stuff about me, some stuff about us. Let's talk. We have our first community challenge going on right now. The challenge was redeemed and prompted by viewer GamePlayer3009. I always love to see their name pop up. They're a very, very cool person. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate, but I wasn't expecting it. GamePlayer3009 requested a Snonk tarot card from our Fates End show. If you catch our Monday night homebrew D&D campaign, there is a little piggy named Snonk who deserves a tarot card. So with the community challenge, you guys can all pool your channel points, which we've dubbed scrolls on the Ink&Lyre channel, with others in the community. You earn channel points by just watching the stream, and community challenges will appear at the top of the rewards panel in the channel points section of the chat. There's like a bottom at the there's a button at the bottom of the chat window of a little scroll, and you click on that, and then the top thing should be the community challenge for Snog. We have 30 days to pull together 800,000 points. Because this is our first community challenge, and we had the idea in our heads that we would all just be able to toss as many points as we wanted at it right away. But it's maximum 2,000 points per stream, so we all just gotta keep showing up and tossing breadcrumbs at this challenge and doing our best because we're all very excited about it. So go ahead. Please send your scrolls so that we may deify Snonk within the tarot. I love you all. Otherwise, social stuff. We do have a YouTube channel, and you can subscribe on YouTube to catch up to all of our shows. And we also have a Discord channel, of course. If you like this show, any of our other shows, or if we just seem like relatively chill people, which I hope we do. I think we do. You can come chat with us or with our community. We have some tremendous fan artists and creators and sparkling conversationalists in our community and in our cast. And we would all like to chat a little bit, get to know each other better. There are links to our Discord in the About tab on our Twitch profile, or you can pull it up by using the command Discord. So exclamation point, a Discord. All right. Next love rocket that I need to detonate. Yeah, sure. Is for sounds and music and all that kind of thing. It's silent right now because Brent likes to let me stew in my own silence as I go through the announcements. But later, you will be hearing ambient sounds and music, and a lot of that will be from Sirenscape. Sirenscape is also what we use as our online player during the stream to actually play all of our sounds. But quite a lot of the music is actually from Ounces Music, who is a musical artist that Brent specifically commissioned to write music for the show. So he's responsible for a lot of the soundtrack. And if you like what you hear and you want to check out anything else that he has done, you can check him out on Bandcamp, Twitter, Instagram, or SoundCloud at Ounces Music. All right, the final thing. Getting all serious for a second because this is the serious, still made out of love, but it's a very serious love. Viewer discretion is advised. Twisted Veil is intended for mature audiences and engages with potentially triggering themes. At Ink&Lyre, we take mental health very seriously, so if anything I talk about here sounds like I'm not in the headspace to deal with this right now, or I don't think that this is something I can engage with, we totally get it. You make the best decision for you, and we will see you at the next show. We love you, and we realize that this is very important. Um, so just for tonight, kind of blanket statement is that it may contain violence, gore, drug use, adult themes, adult language, sickness, horror, and various phobias. I think specifically with where we are, we're probably going to be dealing with a lot of nightmares and unreality and really bizarre over the top things. If you're scared of clowns, I feel like that might show up tonight, but I don't know as much as Brent does, so he can chime in if he likes. But the other major thing to touch on is that Into the Breach takes place partially in the real world and is set in 1902. Twisted Veil acknowledges the traumatic event that happened during this time, or events that happened during this time, and in an effort not to erase this, it may come up in game. I'm not anticipating it coming up tonight, but it is something to keep in mind in case that is something that is sensitive for you, just so you are all prepared. Alright, I think that's all I have to say. I can keep talking for a while if it would help, but otherwise I'm gonna what is it in badminton? A birdie? I'm just gonna pop it on back to Brent.
It is so difficult not to just hit all of these buttons every 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for
There's
restraining
so
yourself.
much power. Yeah, okay. Sorry, distracted by the shiny buttons. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's go right into the mines and make some new friends. And what could possibly go wrong on tonight's episode of Twisted Veil?
Wahoo!
All right, let's dive into it. Last time, the party wrapped up their time in the town of Innocence and convinced the town to abandon their homes as a cautionary step to avoid the wrath of Captain Asher. After using Toby's radio, they played the music given to them by the man called Sue to enter down into the secret entrance within the well and back into the mines. After sneaking inside for a bit, they encountered a mirror made of polished brass where they fought some sort of deranged reflections. Heading into the mirror, through slime and filth, they entered the first chamber where there were warnings of ancient terrors. After they passed farther, the characters begin to see different things, some creepy, some lovely, and some things downright disturbing. If you didn't see last week's episode, I highly suggest you check it out because I think it was pretty dang good myself. But for now, the party has been sealed off, split into two separate groups. All right.
Starting off with splitting the party.
Yeah. So we're going to start with what I'm going to refer to as the squishy group.
The short kings.
Me, Meave, Nemo, and Toby. Let's see.
I'm going to begin by extricating my hand from the snake hole.
Yeah.
What a sentence.
Better the snake hole than the other hole, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to the other hole when we go to the other party.
Okay.
A thing kind of like a boulder came down and blocked their way out, right?
So we can't actually double back.
Essentially, once the first door opened, right behind you, you were sealed off. So you guys are separated. Before you is a simple dark hallway. I don't know who had the lantern before, but you guys might need to light up another lantern.
I had the lantern.
All right. Nemo, you take the lead.
Right, all right. So they're going to be fine. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they can handle themselves. They're the big tough guys of the party, you know, leaving us to fend for ourselves.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I've got a whip and a lot of chutzpah.
Yeah, we're better prepared than we were during the prison escape, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't Frey get shot 12 times during the prison escape?
I mean, yeah, but now we got a gun.
Okay.
Yeah. And plus, I haven't seen anybody shooting anything yet, so yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I'm just gonna cross my fingers, you know, knock on wood. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But it's fine. It's fine. Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Walking down the hallway. Turn around and have the lantern in front of me.
The hallway doesn't go for very long. It's simple. Stone, cave, a few dipped in areas, rocks protruding. Nothing strange this time. But after about 30 feet or so, you come to a single set of stairs. You see that it's made of stone. It goes forward, up, and then it turns at a sharp 45-degree angle. And because of the limitations of your lantern, you can't see anything beyond that.
Is it like a single file staircase, or can we walk abreast? How does it?
You can walk abreast. I'd say it's probably about
Okay.
like 2 wide.
Okay, I'm gonna make a little triangle. I'm assuming that they're not gonna fight me on this because of my personality, where Nemo is the front, and then the squishy little magic users are behind me.
Sure.
Okay.
What magic? I've never used any magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Rock ghosts. Okay.
Right.
So just.
All
Nemo
right.
does take a second when she turns around, just looking at me for a long moment.
Mavis is
Turns
like
back around.
anywhere but Nemo once again.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
There's a few things you notice as you walk up these stairs. The first is that the inner part has no wall. It's in fact, with the light of your lantern, you can see that it's just a deep black pit where you cannot see the bottoms. The stairs continue to rise, and you begin to get the sensation that it's kind of a square pattern. The outer rim has a wall, but standing out from it, partially blocking your pathway, are statues. They're standing along the stairs, each around 5'6", each in an identical position and each unmoving. And because this is a very difficult place to describe in words, I'm going to quickly just throw something up on the map for you guys to look at, just so you kind of have like a vague idea of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Big black pit in the center, and then these stairs just kind of continue upwards. Simple when you have a visual, difficult when you have words.
I need to open up the thing so I can look at the visual because
Oh, that's where I am right now.
yeah, because
I
you
thought
said
I
there
had
wouldn't be
it, but it's
combat, so I didn't open it.
It's not combat. It's just it's just there to give a visual. That's all.
Okay. Well, while I'm opening up that visual, you said that the statues are right alongside the stairs, right? Like coming onto the path.
It's hard to make out any details at the moment because again,
But
with it being
they're right there, right? Like you could reach out and touch one.
yeah, they're along the path, but more towards the wall. At the moment, they're just humanoid shaped. Again, the limitations of the lantern.
Yeah, I'm holding the lantern up to one of them, not saying anything, just turning and looking at Meave.
Maeve
Eyebrow
would,
raised.
yeah, Maeve will be like, oh, right. And I would like to investigate using history, if possible, please.
Okay. Give me a target number 10 history check.
Okay, that I can. Oof. That's an 8.
So Nemo kind of holds up the lantern and you take the lead to get a better look.
Mm-hmm.
As you approach the statue, you notice that the gesture it is doing is one of prayer. Delicate hands are pressed together. The stonework seems to be feminine in detail, a crown of vines and flowers upon her brow, but the head is angled, just enough to be looking down the stairs towards you. And as you glance at the face, your attention is drawn to the eyes. There aren't any. Instead, there are 2 gaping black holes,
That's fine.
and small veins of inky liquid streak down the smooth cheeks, almost as if the statue were perpetually weeping. Around its neck is a brass chain with a wooden plaque, but at this distance you cannot read it. You would have to get within touching distance of the statue.
I do not think that me, frankly, to make a character choice here, I do not think that Meave would hesitate for a second to get within touching distance of the statue to read the plaque.
Okay. Your curiosity gets the best of you.
Sorry in advance.
All right. You take a few more steps forward. As you approach the wooden plaque, there is a realness that washes over this statue. For a moment, its shoulders seem to raise, like it took a breath in anticipation at your approach. And the lack of eyes makes you feel like its gaze is peering directly into you.
Oh, that's
You
fine.
look down at the sign, hanging heavy on brass chains like some sort of metaphorical burden or sin, and you kind of lift it up to where the light can hit it and read it. It says, "The one of watching can do only just that.
Oh.
Gazing at a ceiling of memories, forced to remember and relive."
Yeah. And Maeve reads that to themselves this time because they learned after last time, and just looks up at this statue and goes, "That sounds unpleasant."
What's it say?
Well, the general summary of
You were
it.
going to write it down instead of saying things out loud, I think.
That works as well.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure that most of these are sort of one of those things where it's like, you recite it exactly and it in canon, blah blah blah. But anyway, and kind of scribbles and goes, okay. And I was not fast enough to write it all down, but Meave writes the one of watching, who does just that, gazing at a ceiling of memories and something else about memories. I am not a fast writer. I got two of those sentences written, but I think they were the important ones.
It's all good. I tossed it into Facebook
thank
for you.
Thank you.
So, the staircase is going upwards, right? Like we're going upstairs.
It's continuing to spiral upwards, and like as you come to this first statue, you're inspecting it within the radius of the lantern. You can see beyond it is an identical statue.
Does it look to have the same writing on it? Is the writing in English?
It looks identical. It's about 15 or 20 feet away, so can't see it. Can't see what's on the plaque. You can make out the statue, and it just looks exactly the same. Brass chains, wooden plaque. Its face kind of gestured down towards where you guys are coming up.
Yeah.
I think Maeve will be like, I think I'd like to have a look at the other one, see if the plaque says something different.
Yeah, the last one was pretty friendly. Let's take a
Well,
look
I
at it.
mean, slightly concerning the whole this, but also didn't, like yell at me or ask me to put my hand in its mouth. So in my mind, that's a win.
Yeah, I like these statues better than the way the other ones sounded.
Yeah.
And if it was like a dead thing, you could like talk to it anyway, right? Like if it was some sort of necromantic.
Maeve will look directly at her and go, depends on if it's a ghost or not. And just keep going.
Nemo will follow behind Maeve, a little bit behind, but with the lantern over their shoulder.
Yeah, so we go and look at the next one then, please.
You three continue up the stairs, and for the most part, this statue seems identical.
Right.
Except for you, Maeve.
Okay.
As you walk up the stairs, moving towards this stone visage, a brief wind howls up the chasm, but you and you alone hear whispers on that wind.
Great.
Whispers that hiss.
It's good.
The shadows behind the statue flicker about, shifting and creeping into the dark recesses of the corners. And suddenly it doesn't seem like this statue is looking in the party's direction, but it is in fact looking at you, Maeve. Like an ancient secret, a dead corpse waiting to be discovered. It waits for your approach.
Maeve is interested, slightly concerned, but interested. Book open, cautiously, slowly approaches this and tries to listen as well to see if they can hear any actual words on the whispers, or if it's just sort of a... But it's definitely sort of tilting their head and like...
You hear nothing. Maybe it was the wind. Maybe for a moment there was movement you didn't notice, but kind of the sign is slowly just shifting back and forth now, like something disturbed it.
Maeve is just like... Right. Is the sign the same?
When you read it, it
Okay.
says, when the one long forgotten stirs from its chambers. And it continues, but the constant weeping of this statue has drizzled over the remainder of the message, blotting it out, smoothing the wood over time.
Oh.
Still, this one sentence, these few words, something about them, something feels like it was meant for you. Like a message etched in stone from a long dead pharaoh, placed here for you and you alone. You know within your core that after reading that message, whatever is buried here, if it is set free, it will affect you greatly.
Yes, so Maeve, for a moment, just... This one... It says something different, but the bottom part's, yeah, here. and just kind of lets them read.
Great.
Okay. Is what you think? Is it important?
Yes, but I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming if they're talking about something, stirring from its chambers, they have to be talking about Big Boy, right?
One would presume, and the more we've been in here, the more I'm thinking a couple of things. I'm thinking that knowledge I had about war, it can't be that. It's nothing like that. And it's kind of Meave is sort of sorting through there. But something about this is significant, and I wish I could tell you more. Actually, maybe I can. So on that note, I'm just pulling up. I've got my information here about things I'm able to do to see if this is Can Meave do a seance?
Yes! Yes!
Do you need a body for that?
I'm going to read what it says here. Characters capable of conversing with the spirits of the dead. Departed have valuable knowledge. This character gains the following tactical action. 1. Speak with the dead. Character may discard a twist card and make a TN12 Bewitch challenge to speak with a spirit. If this character holds a formal seance, which unfortunately would require an hour of preparation and at least 2 other people, then they would not have to discard a card. Otherwise, they have to discard a card. On a success, the spirit is summoned. Character can make social skills challenges and ask 8 questions. Character can ask 1 question per completed step on the pursuit. Each attempt takes 1 AP. If the target soul is no longer present because it is trapped within a soulstone or harvested by a ghost eater, for instance, or any medium has attempted to contact it within the past week, regardless of success, the spirit fails to manifest, but the character learns why the seance has failed. That is the entire description of a seance.
I mean, do you want to spend an hour here on this staircase with Tobias
but I don't
and
have,
Nemo?
I don't have to. If I discard a card. And to be quite frank, I have some really terrible cheat cards right now.
Okay, my question is, do you have to know the spirit?
Right, do I have to know? I guess my question, the interpretation of the GM. Do you have to know who you're trying to contact to have a seance is my biggest question here, I think.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Valid. It's a little weird. It's a little
No. I get what you're saying, but I don't want to be mean. So what I'm gonna say is, you guys spend some time, and I want to let you describe this because I think this is a really cool scene, and I want it to be really cool. You set up the seance, but what's going to happen is when it goes off, there is going to be no response because there is nothing dead here.
Okay, yeah, and that's completely valid. I feel like that.
But I don't want you to have to burn a card for that.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you not making me burn a card for that. I think
But I do want to know, what does this seance look like? How do you guide Toby and Nemo into your ritualistic weirdness?
Well, so here's the thing. It's either character can discard a twist card to speak with spirit, or you can hold a formal seance that takes an hour and 2 other people. So I think in this particular case, Meave wouldn't have to and wouldn't try to rope them into participating in this seance with them. This is more of the way I interpret that from reading the rules is it's almost like, if you discard a card, you're more like channeling, and if you don't discard a card and use 2 people and take an extra hour, then it's like the the sort of turn of the century, sit around a table, put your hands on things, light some candles, and be like, if anyone is here. So, with that being the case, I think given this sort of situation, Meave says, of course, well, maybe I can. And thinks for a moment, it's just give me a minute. It's very strange here. I don't really sense anything, but if there's someone here, maybe they can help. And Meave sort of pauses for a minute and just okay, it's fine. Okay, and just closes their eyes. Is there anyone here with us right now? If there's someone here, could you please make yourself known?
Not even the wind picks up. Just absolute, complete silence.
Does this feel super weird for me? Or is it very targeted? Like, do other...
Oh, no!
Is there someone here with us? I'm right here. I'm not talking to you, Nemo. I'm right here.
Yeah. I'll give that to you. Like, okay, so when Maeve does this, does Nemo feel anything? Does Nemo get a twinge?
Pass that hot potato, and I'm gonna ask you synesthetically, if that is an adjective, what does Maeve's magic feel like? Like ghost side? Would it feel like being pulled towards something, or just like a phone call?
I feel like, and not in a personally, not in a violent way, and not in much the way that presumably it seems to work with people who do believe in real life. I feel like it's not so much a you will talk to me now, but it's more like this sort of like the way I can, like you said, like with the synesthesis, the way I can kind of imagine it would be like little tendrils, almost like ropes, but they're not tying around you, they're not trapping you, just kind of reaching for you and urging you, like, come, do you want to come talk? These are your connections. So if you were actually trapped, or, you know, in, maybe not trapped, but in the spirit world, this would be your, not lifeline, that seems a little insensitive, but this would be your sort of connection that it's kind of, you can kind of feel it wrapping around you, and you can go with it if you want to, or you can go, oh, no, I don't want this, and just kind of brush them off. But it does kind of feel like something's kind of gently leading, not yanking, but pulling gently at you. Something is pulling at the corners of your mind.
Nemo takes like one halting step towards Meave, as like the lantern kind of jostles against Maeve's shoulder, and then she's gonna step back. Is this supposed to be doing something? Is it working? Are you done? Is this done?
What are you doing?
Meave shakes their head and just goes, for better or for worse, I don't think there are any spirits here. Usually when I go into a tomb or a ruin, and Meave doesn't even like take a second, like doesn't stare down Nemo or anything like that, just smoothly brushes over it and just goes, usually when I go into a tomb or a ruin, I can feel like, it's like, do you ever get that feeling when you're walking around a ruin or a city? It feels like more than history. It feels like there's civilization there, like there are, it's hard to describe, but I don't feel that. And I thought maybe because everything's a bit strange, maybe it was masked somehow, right? So I thought I would just concentrate a little, but no, there's nothing here.
Okay, just to rewind a little bit. So you can talk to dead people, like you can hear them, but you can also just like sense them. You can just like a dead dar, you can just feel when they're around.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. All right.
It's I should clarify, because I know how some of this sort of thing is received, but I've been able to do this as long as I can remember. It's not something I taught myself.
I thought you were joking when you said you talked to bones. That's
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I was being a little slippery about that, I suppose. My apologies, but well, you know how
Apology
it's
accepted.
received.
It looks like there's nothing here at all, and we're kind of wasting our time standing here talking. So why don't we just keep on heading upstairs, unless there's further chatting to statues that you feel really pulled to do, Meave?
Well, not these particular statues, I suppose, but I do think it might be necessary in the future. We've already had to talk to one. Shall we?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
let's keep going.
You guys continue up the stairs with the new knowledge that nothing has died here. Maybe that's comforting. Maybe not, because it means whatever is here is surely alive.
Actually,
That's worse. That's worse.
And the camera cuts to our other two. Frey
Hey there.
and Ellie. The door slams behind you. A dark hallway in front. You have a moment to consider the situation and that you are cut off from your friends.
Well, I don't think we can go back for him, so, shall we? And I gestured to the hallway.
Yeah. Lead the way. This
Yeah.
sucks. This sucks.
I mean, Nemo seems like a tough cookie, right? Like, they'll be okay, right?
Of all of them, I don't know about Meave, but Nemo will be able to kind of handle anything that gets in their way over there.
Right.
So, should be okay.
All right. Frey checks his arm one more time, just like pretty shaken by the weird mouth situation that he just went through.
Your arm okay?
I guess so, man. That was pretty fucked up.
Yeah. I don't know what you saw, but if it bothers you, we should probably get going. You don't have a light or anything, do you?
Nah, I don't have anything that can work like a torch, but I can see just fine. Don't you worry.
Okay, I can't see very well, so I'm gonna put my hand on your back. I'll follow you so we go through this.
You can't see well, right? Frey is blushing like no other right now. Yeah, yeah. No problem. We start walking.
All right. You guys start walking. Again, it's a short hallway. It kind of twists and turns. But when you come around the corner, everything is illuminated. Unlike the other party, you are not in a dark cave. You don't see creepy statues. You enter a beautiful, large banquet hall. A sleek, incredibly long wooden table made of white, polished oak adorns the center of the room. But instead of walls, from ceiling to floor, you see just little hints of the wooden walls. They're hard to see because they're covered in hundreds and hundreds of paintings. Some massive, twice as tall as a person. Some no bigger than a bread box. All of them varying different shapes. Well, I won't say shapes because they're all square-ish or rectangular. So many different sizes, but they've all kind of been placed together almost like in a puzzle piece, right? Where you'll have like one big one and another big one and a series of small ones to the point where they almost fit perfectly and you can just barely see any of the wall. And there's everything you could ever imagine to see. There's a painting of a small coat rack next to an old closet, a painting of a vanity with a woman taking off her makeup, a painting of a single music box, a bowl of fruit, a man standing in a field with a double-barreled shotgun at his side, a huge painting of a Civil War troop locked mid-battle, a painting of a simple cottage, and so on, and so on, and so on. However, the styles are different. Frey, when you look at the paintings, there is a tangible thickness to the brush strokes. You can see how the brushes were moved, kind of twisting, where the artist, pulled the paint around. Everything for you looks very, very Monet, where from a distance it's like, oh wow, that's like beautiful, but if you get too close to it, you can kind of sort of see the imperfections and see how it twists and turns. Ellie, for you, everything I just said, throw it in the trash can. Your vision of this art is a misshapen mess of abstract shape and color. What humanoid figures you can make out are swirling, twisted messes of shapes and balloon-esque necks where eyes are placed crookedly above bulging noses, where bulbous heads twist like taffy from those long giraffe-like necks. Some pictures are just a swirling vat of color with jagged edges. Most are indiscernible patterns. It's difficult. You're definitely seeing more of the abstract, and some paintings that Frey would see as, oh, that's a cottage. To you, it's like, it's a square with green splotches. Oh, and before I turn it over to you, there seems to be no way out of the room. It's dead end.
My God, these are some beautiful paintings. You gotta, I want that one of the cottage. I want to hang that above the mantle. You get a little too close and you just see the finding, the imperfections and the detail, but you hang it up high. Oh, that's beautiful, beautiful painting.
Look, like what you want, all right? I can paint something like this. It's not that hard.
Really? Are you an artist over there?
I mean, sure, yeah. You throw a couple of squares on a canvas and you scribble around a bit. Works out.
All right. It's a little weird, but whatever you're into is totally fine. Yeah, absolutely. It's about the emotion you convey with your art. Yeah.
Yeah, you like abstract? I like abstract. It's okay.
That's a... Are you not seeing a cottage right there?
Nope.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing what I could have probably done when I was about 8, 7, something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Some squares. Now that you say it, yeah, I could see a cottage there, sure. I mean, whatever you say, I guess. There's a tree. Is that a cloud?
No,
or is that a mountain?
Man.
Or...
No, man. Ellie. It's not, okay. What I'm seeing is not up for interpretation. It is what it is. So,
okay, art critic, whatever, all right?
Oh,
I get
God.
it. So you get to say what it looks like. Sure, all right, it's a cottage.
Frey is blushing and panicking, beet red, as I'm probably turning right now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I think we're seeing two different things. I think the room is fucking with us. I don't know. How do we get out of here?
That checks out to me. Okay. I want to look at the table. What's on the table?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to mute my shit. You broke me there for a second, Jake. I've been to different art museums, and I do not understand abstract, and that was very, very good. All right. Oh, okay, the table. For the most part, The surface is polished. It has like kind of that reflective coat around it. I don't know what it's called. I just started working
Enamel.
with wood. Enamel. There you go. It's enameled. There's just 2 brass candlesticks. Dozens and dozens of chairs. As you are walking around it, kind of looking at it, Frey, you're still looking at different pictures. And one of them, like, it really gets you. You're in that situation where you're surrounded by art, and there's that one picture where you're like, oh, wow. The picture you look at, it's of a large ranch. There's an old wooden fence post with a large log cabin. The wood is slightly toasted by the sun moving over the horizon. And rising on its hind legs, hooves kicking into the air, is a beautiful black and white large Clydesdale with a silken coat. It looks familiar. It almost reminds you of home, and it whispers thoughts of a simpler time, but the cabin, it's a bit too small. The horse, the spots aren't in the right place. But you get that wave of nostalgia.
Ellie's gonna walk up to, after investigating the table, we'll walk over to Frey. I'm just giving you shit. What do you see?
Damn. This one looks like a lot like home. It can't be. It can't be home, but it's a beautiful ranch. Amazing view, and it looks almost exactly like her. Almost exactly like Callie. Huh. It's amazing what art can do for you.
I'd agree. Was home nice?
Man, it was something. Wake up every morning, 3 a.m. You take it all for granted. You're dog tired after working all day, pounding fence posts in, feeding the cattle, but God, I miss it.
3 a.m. I know that life. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What were you up to?
Working double shifts, triple shifts. Trying to figure out who's going to show up, who's not. Making sure everybody's listening to each other. You know, sorting out the chaff from the wheat.
Sound like
Always
the management.
tired.
Sound like the management type.
Oh, yeah. Ran a tight ship, you could say.
Is that how the arm happened?
I do not respond. Ellie just turns back to the table.
Ellie, you turn back to the table. Frey, you are left with this piece of art. The horse was on all fours, right?
I thought it was on its hind legs.
Are you sure? Because no, I think when I described it, it was on all fours.
I don't think it was, man.
I'm pretty sure it was looking at you too.
Oh, what the hell? Ellie?
Ellie, you turn back and look at the table. Much like Frey, there's an artwork that calls to you as well from the other side of the room. The artwork is misshapen, a mess of abstract shapes and color. What humanoid figures you can make out is a swirling, twisted mess. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no. Sorry. Nope, I already read that. We're going to fix this. It's a large
Go
canvas.
momentarily blind. And
You
then
go
come
momentarily
back.
blind. Things get retconned, and you're back in the moment.
What's this? Suddenly I can't read.
It's a large brown canvas filled with bronze. A weaving mess of circular shapes with edges that jut like crooked teeth. But near the heart of this painting, this mixture of color and crude shapes, is an deep orange. A fiery orange that burns like the belly of a furnace. Can I get you to make a target number 8 will save?
Yeah. That's a resilience check, I'm assuming, or tenacity?
Will is a type of defense.
Oh, willpower. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Willpower, that's what I meant.
I got a 6 on the check. How do I cheat this? Just give me a sense, like, what's the feeling? Like, what's happening? Am I just like, oh, look at that painting? Or am I like, oh, I'm losing my mind sort of situation?
So you are definitely in like a state that is like almost like hypnotic, like you can't turn away.
Cool.
The feeling you're getting is not pleasant. I will tell you right now that the crooked, jagged shapes and sort of this fiery orange does not feel good.
Yep.
When you look at it. You do not like it.
I will fail the check, and as Frey turns to say something to me, Frey, you can hear Ellie just sort of, I'm just staring across the table at this painting. I've now grabbed my left arm, the mechanical arm, and I'm just quietly saying, efficiency is the foundation of survival. That's what he said. And,
the painting that Ellie is looking at, Frey, it looks like it's like an old factory, just sitting in the middle of a city. There's a lot of dark colors, but when you look at it, like you can see the sunrise and everything is meant to illuminate it. It looks welcoming. There's carts along the street and people are trading everything, but Ellie is mumbling and looks a little upset.
What are you seeing, Ellie?
yeah, I ran a tight ship there. That's what I did. I just made sure people were as safe as possible.
The colors, Ellie, they're captivating. As you stare at the fiery center, you can hear the thrum, the churning of gears, the banging of hammers. The colors meld and shift, fading as a cloudy filter of gray hisses up the canvas in front of you. And suddenly you can feel a very, very real heat emanating from the painting. And within the thrums and churning of machinery, you hear a soft, weeping, familiar voice cry out, "Please, I want my mom! Mommy!"
Your home ever just twist itself, huh? Burn up in front of you?
Another will save when you're ready. Target number 8.
12.
Okay.
Ellie, are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, you've had hard times, I'm sure. It's just, you ever just see the worst in a place?
I've been there, absolutely. You eventually move on.
Is that a factory or is that like a fire? What am I looking at?
You're looking at a just a few carts and just a warm sunset. As far
Give
as I
me
know.
a target number 7 notice check, Frey.
Okay, I can do this because I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, and you said notice?
Yeah, flip from the main deck.
Yeah, wrong.
That is
wrong,
correct.
Wrong card.
Huh?
You flipped
Yeah.
the wrong card.
Yeah,
Flip from the
flip
big
from
black
the.
deck.
Main deck is the black one that we're
Oh,
all
my bad.
hovering over.
I'll
Yeah.
take care of that in a sec. Oh, that's the whole deck. Oh boy.
You get all the cards.
So just so the viewers know, this is my first time actually using the system. Okay,
Right
great.
click on the deck.
Do you
and draw
remember
a
the
card.
meltdown I had when I was trying to get my first card pulled?
Yes. Don't worry, I got this.
You got 5
We're
atones.
good now.
Yep. So my notice is a 9.
You're listening to Ellie, and you have a moment where your attention is drawn back to that picture of the horse. The horse hasn't seemed to move, but you're looking around at some of the other paintings. And when you turn back, Ellie has moved to where she is only a foot away from that painting of the factory. And her hand reaches towards the painting, and right as she's about to touch it, it goes in. But it's not like going into water or going into a mirror. You kind of narrow your eyes and like shift your head to the side, and it's almost like a Looney Tunes optical illusion of when you kind of like paint the road going up, and you notice like, holy shit, that's like, it's like 3-dimensional. Like that street goes farther back, but there's this weird forced perspective. And Ellie's reaching up into it. And at that point in time, Ellie, you are broken from your trance. You were just reaching into this like weird misshapen vat of color that you never really were able to feel. Both your trance and Frey's attention is broken as a gunshot just barely misses you and ricochets into the table, and you can see all of the paintings are alive now. That painting of the war, there are 3 3-foot tall men climbing out of it, dropping down. There are massive paintings of knights that are climbing out of the portraits, and the same painted texture on them, different shapes, sizes from the weird, messed up forced perspectives. They are beginning to make their way towards you.
Right. As Ellie is reaching in, right, it's just sort of like, I mean, abstract art's weird, but bang, the gunshot happens, right? Ellie just will turn, look, and go flip the table over, let's go, and just run towards Frey.
I immediately flip the table over, heft my hammer, and go, all right, what the fuck? All right, let's do it.
Slide, get behind the table, and hunker down next to Frey. What the hell was that? And trying to assess the now situation that's happening.
All right, you two, this table's like 15 feet long, but I'm just gonna say, like, with your combined strength, you put your elbows into it and just flip it over. There's bullets ricocheting off the table. Things all over the place are climbing out. There's like one of insects, and insects are starting to make their way down the wall. There's factory workers that look really, really large, but from the force perspective, they end up being like 6 inches tall. But like everything is coming to a head, coming at you. So we are going to go on a loose clock. Here's how this is going to work. This is going to kind of be like a loose on the clock interactive check. You guys have to figure out what to do, how to get out of here, what's going on. Every turn, the paintings will attack you. For every successful hit you make against them, you will get rid of 1 attack. Normally they have 4 attacks, but every successful hit is just you murdering them and getting rid of them. So that'll lower 1 attack that they could potentially make upon you.
Okay.
All right.
But there is a lot of paintings. I will say right now, the hundreds and hundreds of paintings, your options of killing everything in this room are really bad.
Well, we are seeing this. Are we seeing the same paintings now, or am I seeing soldiers and he's seeing abstract?
He's seeing
blobs shooting at us?
shapes.
I'm seeing abomination.
He's seeing like there are no guns. There's just like a series of triangles that have been stacked in a weird shape, and like a hand just flies off and swirls across the room and whoosh, slams into the table, and then paint just bleeds out from where the blade hit. Like Ellie's having a bad day, a bad like trip essentially.
Okay, Ellie is going to hunkering down, pulls out the Chesterfield, turns, looks over to you, Frey, behind the table. Are there any coming from the back end of the table? So we've sort of thrown the table out as a barricade. Are there any coming behind it, like towards our backs?
Already from the backside, there is a picture of like a classic castle, and a dragon about the size of a cat has just begun to like dig its claws into the wall and scutter down. Yeah.
All right, Ellie's gonna look at the dragon and say, "Can you go deal with that thing for a second? I'm gonna go look for something." And she's gonna poke her head up, and I'm gonna make a notice check. And what I want to look for is a painting that hasn't come to life.
Okay. So I'm going to say, that's good. This is going to be a target number 8 notice check. That's going to be one of your action points.
Cool. All right, I got an 8. As I just quick look up and survey the scene, I'm looking for like a painting that hasn't moved, or specifically like a painting with a big door, right?
So you have a great idea, right? Find a painting with a door. The problem is you can't see doors.
Shit.
So you're looking around and like you get this idea and you find like 3 or 4 paintings that haven't moved, but you have no idea what they are.
Right, Ellie. So I look up, and Frey, after Ellie goes, "Go kill that thing," I look up, I look back down, and go, "You look around, I can't see shit," and I just take and I shoot the dragon.
Right. Okay. How's the Cali painting looking?
I do want to ask, do you point out, because you did get a successful check, Jake, so you do notice like 3 or 4 paintings that have not moved, and if you you can't point them out.
I think that Ellie is dealing with this as I'm looking at abstract weird stuff. Like, I don't know the difference in this situation. I think Ellie is just saying, "Look for a painting," and then takes aim and will shoot with a 16 against the dragon with the check.
16 hits, so that's going to take away one of the attacks. Again, these aren't working like normal monsters. You're just getting rid of attacks that'll happen towards you. So you pull out the Chesterfield, aim, fire, like you hit a water balloon full of different colors. It just splatters all over the wall, decorating different frames and dripping down on the floor. Frey, you look at the painting of the old farm. The horse has now made its way out. It's about the size of a small lizard, again, because of perspective. But as it crawls more like a spider, where the legs like bend and break like spider legs, and it begins to make its way down. The face lifted up, staring at you as black paint is just pouring in between the gums, and it's skittering down the wall.
Yeah, that's definitely not Callie. Okay, so do I have to use an action point to, like... Okay. Your hand was just in a painting. Go back to that one. I just start running for that painting, whatever the hell that was.
Okay.
The one that Ellie had her hand in.
Okay, you run towards that painting. The street gets very, very narrow, and again with the weird forced perspectives, like you can go in about like 3 feet into it, but the door of the factory is about the size of maybe like a Coke can. And you're just like, you're in this weird space where you're looking around, you're like, oh, okay, no, that's weird. Definitely can't go any farther in this. not going to get you out.
Okay, Ellie's seeing me in a painting, though, right?
Yeah. Ellie just sees you standing against all these colors that look like they should be piercing you in these shapes and everything, but again, that weird forced perspective, they like kind of bend back and don't do what they should.
Right. This ain't the right one. And then, I mean, I guess if the Cali one is near me, I feel like I can't just keep scrambling from painting to painting right now. If a painting
If you
is
take a
near
notice check, you tell me what you're looking for, and based on your notice check, I can help you out.
I'm looking for a door or passageway that is sizable for a human to walk through. So probably a large painting.
All right. Give me a target number 8 notice check.
Cool. I can do that because I know where the main deck is now.
That would be his second action, his first being movement.
Yikers.
Correct.
I'm going to go ahead and cheat that. That's a that's an 8 notice check, right?
Target number 8, yes.
Yeah, all right, so I got an 11 with the cheat.
So you scramble, you look around, you're looking at different paintings. There's a few doors that catch your interest, but then there's one that is so comically obvious, you can't help but shake your head. There is a stairwell that you see, that there is a door, and in red paint above it, there's a sign that says exit.
All right.
Very rural, very grunge painting with this door with an exit sign.
Right. That's our exit over there.
Which one?
Just follow me.
Okay.
All right. You cannot move because your thing was done. So they're going to get 3 attacks because you guys, or Ellie, you blasted one out of the water. So I'm going to need 3 defense flips. We'll say 2 for Ellie, 1 for... Actually, Ellie, you shot one. Yeah, we'll say 2 for Frey, 1 for Ellie. They get a +4 to their flip.
They don't add anything to the flip.
Nope.
What is the target number that the people being attacked have to reach with their defense?
The target number is 11, sorry.
Okay.
All right. Ellie got a 15.
Ellie, you're fine. Frey?
Okay.
Draw here. Here.
At the
You
black
can
deck, right?
Yeah, you can draw 2 cards from here.
Okie doke. All right. And then I'm adding my defense, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's going to be a 7 because I have armor.
All right, and you do that twice.
Yep. The other one's 13.
Okay.
So 1 hit.
1 hit, 1 miss.
So okay. You essentially you point out, and then small little like Civil War soldiers begin to crawl up you and just jab their guns into your legs. They're about like a foot high, and you shake them off. You take 2 points of damage, reduced to 1 by your armor.
That's good.
As you see the redcoats breaching the top of the table, you just quickly take your arm and bat them aside as they fly off towards the wall. Ah! Just splatting into little paint drops on the floor. All right, top of the round, we'll say Ellie, because that's the order we decided to do.
I'm going to wait. Basically, Ellie's just hunkering down behind the table, and I'm going to watch Frey and just say, again, just go to the painting, because I don't know which one it is.
All right, but you got to be ready. Let's go.
All right, you lead the way, and I'll follow you.
Okay, cool. I'm going to run directly outside of the painting.
All right, you jump out, put your hand on, leap over the table, charge, push chairs out of your way. Like at this point, there's all sorts of things. There's freaking gnomes, dwarves, elves, knights, Civil War. There's like ships that are slowly moving their way across. It's like an anthill that got kicked up, and everything's kind of coming at you, and you're kicking and pushing it out of the way, and you get up to this painting, and you jump in. The door, it's a little short. It's like 4 feet tall, but you could probably squeeze in. You grab the handle, and it's locked. You need a key. It doesn't open. You need a key. That's your first action.
Yeah.
Ellie's first action is right after Frey runs. Ellie, all right, you're gonna go. Ellie just bounds right after Frey, sprinting behind him, head down, and then just rams into the back of Frey with the first action. What the hell?
I fucked up. We need a key.
Okay, that looks like a key. I'm just gonna point at a painting.
Give me.
Do
you want to do notice check?
Ellie won't succeed. I can't see any of that. They all look like keys to me.
It could be an abstract.
How do you want to spend your other action, Ellie?
I mean, I'm going to be defending Frey no matter what in this situation. We're just both out in the open now next to this door. And so any nearby creature, I'm going to just take another shot and
let's flip it against the creature for now, just so we can like do that narratively, because again, they're kind of not actually creatures, right? They're like an ongoing condition.
Yeah. What's their AC?
11.
Oh, okay. So a second shot, I just miss. As I shoot into the crowd, but I don't hit anything effectively. Is Ellie's just sort of back to back with Frey, going, "Okay, find a key then."
All right. I will use my second action point. I'll do a notice check for a painting with a key, I guess.
All right, give me a target number 8 notice check.
Really hope the key has to be
that's
from
a 14.
Ellie, and it's just a spooky abstract key creature.
I hope it's an abstract key. I pray to God.
With a 14. You're looking around, you're looking for a keychain, something. There's nothing that immediately grabs your attention, but you see one of the smaller paintings just hidden in this array of bigger paintings, about the size of a bread box, that is like of a ballerina music box, and you just see the end shape of sort of a 3-holed handle to a key that would be used to twist that music box.
All right. I think I got our key. I think that was my second action point.
That was our turn.
That was our turn.
All right. So as everything begins to descend on you, at this point, the about 20-inch high pirate ships have turned around and aimed their cannons at you. Frickin' Ellie, you aim the rifle fire, split one in half. Paint just splatters back onto the flipped over table. A bunch of knights just begin to charge, coming at you. They're going to do 4 attacks. Again, Ellie, you killed one, so you'll take 1. I did not hit one. So we take 4 attacks. Oh, if you take 4 attacks, then you both take 4 attacks. I believe I said their attack flips were also an 11?
Isn't that
we have
great,
to
Mr.
defend
Goody
against
Two-Shoe?
11, and
right.
do they just get 4 attacks split between the 2 of us?
You're going to defend against a total of 4 attacks. 2 on you, Ellie, 2 on Frey.
Okay. Thank God. Okay.
Ellie, go for it.
Yep. Yeah, I guess I'll cheat it. So I'll defend against both of mine. Ellie will just sort of dodge out of the way of both of them back to back with Frey in this situation.
All right. The cannons fire. You manage to just like kind of turn around the corner inside the painting, taking covers. They hit into the back. Frey, what do you get?
So I'm pausing on my first flip because I flipped the Black Joker.
Ooh. All right. So you're gonna take a straight 2 damage this time.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let you do your armor. What does that look like?
I think what happens is the ships line up in a battle formation, and the cannons just fire straight into my face. And it's like, it shouldn't be as bad as it was, but it's like a bunch of little pebbles just shot right into my face.
They hit like a BB gun, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not going into your face, but like pebbles and like sprays Yeah, they're like
Sure.
sticking in your face, like you got that road rash, where like the pebbles are buried in your skin. But yeah, one goes up the nose, down the chute, and you're just like, coughing a little bit, kind of trying to keep your composure as you make your way towards the key.
And then the other flip, I got a 10.
10. Because you have armor, you only take 1 point of damage. You bring your forearm up just in time as like some sort of wild, crazy, like jungle creature that looks like half man, half lizard was hanging from the top of the painting, drops down from the rim onto your head and starts like stabbing you in the ear, and you're like freaking, throw him off and make your way towards the music box. Okay, so your first action is get towards the music box. You get there, you reach in, your hand plucks out the key. It's a brass key. Hopefully it fits, and your second action can be getting back if you want.
That's exactly what I want. 100%.
All right, you grab it, charge back. At this point in time, you guys can't even see the floor anymore. There are just so many things moving around. Just this mixture of so many different fictions and fantasies and everything moving around. I think Jake got kicked. I think.
Oh, I'm here. Don't worry. No, keep going.
Oh, all right.
Keep
I
going.
was kicked out of tabletop.
It's your turn, Jake.
All right. So I can see Frey has opened the door? Or...
So Frey ran across the room.
Yep.
Out of a painting, pulled a key. You don't know what it looks like, and has ran back to where you are.
Okay, cool. Ellie's gonna just continue to shoot into the crowd, and I will take one shot and cheat it and succeed smashing into one of the paintings, and then with the second shot, I will miss.
Okay. We'll say at this point in time, it's like one of the larger creatures. Like, this is about like a 3-foot tall character that's like that imperialism artwork, this royal Napoleon-esque figure clopping up on a horse, and he pulls up his gun and aims at you, but quick on the draw, you shift, fire right through the head until the head is completely gone, just oozing paint, and it collapses over.
At that point, Ellie's gonna those are two actions, and so Ellie's gonna then situate herself to basically body block against the boat, the abstract art, in any variety of ways to protect Frey as Frey is opening the door.
Okay. Their turn is going to come up. Because of yours, I'll say you have advantage on your first flip, Frey, because I think Ellie was trying to assist you.
In terms of defense?
Yeah. For your second action, you were assisting Frey to not get hit.
Yeah, if I can take 3 hits and Frey takes 1, I would be okay with that.
So there's going to be 3 attacks. You can take all 3 if you want.
Oh, sure. I'll take all 3 then.
So I'm going to say, how about we do this? You take 2, but Frey takes 1, but has advantage.
All right. Done.
Because you were talking about like trying to like body block and stuff, and I like that idea of like he's gonna get advantage on his defense flip. So let's do yours first, Frey. You're gonna have advantage. Target number 11.
Got it.
Beautiful. With Ellie's help, you strong, big Ellie haven't been in a few gunfights, like right as like another 3-foot tall painting of an old Western cowboy's like, draw, pulls it out and fires at you. Ellie just grabs you by the collar and yanks you, and the bullet misses your head by an inch. Ellie, give me 2 defense flips.
Sounds good. All right. Ellie will back against Frey, just get pummeled by these. Frey, you can hear the as I fail in both flips. So Ellie's just sort of back against Frey. Frey, you can hear it as you're putting in the key of just Ellie.
All right. Like a dagger flies out of nowhere, about the size of a pencil, and just like wedges right into your collarbone. As like you pull that out, you look down just as a bunch of soldiers about 12 inches high charge, just begin to like stab and gut your leg. You're going to take 4 points of damage. It'll be 2 if you have armor.
Yep. So I have armor of 1, so yeah, I'll take 2 damage. And Ellie, you can hear, "Ugh, hurry it up! There's everywhere these things."
All right.
Okay.
So, am I up?
You're up, Frey.
As I'm opening the door, I grab the back of Ellie's jacket and I shove the door. And as I do that, I just whip her through the door.
You have to like kind of grab the back of her head to make her duck low, because again, it's only about 4 feet tall, and you just hurl her in. Ellie, you just sort of stumble in a little bit. You find yourself in darkness as you can look behind you and see Frey still out.
All right. With my action, I'm going to sprint forward and then grab hold of the front of Frey's collar and just tear him into the door as well.
All right, Frey, you're looking behind you, your collar, you get pulled in, and then one of you, both of you very able, just sort of uses your foot, kicks the door shut, it shuts, and that's where we're going to take our break.
All right.
Wow,
What
already.
the hell was that?
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good spot to pause for a little bit. You know, we've
Yeah.
been
Give
going
us
for
a
about
bit
an
of a
hour.
breath.
Yeah, let's see what's
Yeah.
happening. Quick break. We'll be right back. All right.
All right, let's get back into it. We return back to our stairwell. You three have been making your way upwards for some time, and it's getting tough. The unnerving appearance of the statues has been replaced by the exhausting sensation of walking up 15 flights of stairs and still counting. Yet each flight has been identical to the last.
Have we been checking all the neck signs along the way?
Every time you check a neck sign, no sign has said what the first one was. They all just talk about the Watcher.
Oh.
Or sorry, no sign says what you saw, Meave. They just
Right.
all talk about the Watcher.
They're all in Neverbornese, right? Or are they
No, they're actually written in common.
English.
English?
English. Sorry.
English. The what we're speaking right now.
The lingua
Yeah.
franca.
So we keep seeing the one of watching can only do just that, etc., etc. So eventually, Meave is going to turn around and be like, "Does anyone else get the idea that maybe we're sort of in a loop?"
Well,
I
I
mean-
hadn't thought about it, but now I'm thinking about it.
Tobias is gonna look like up and see how much farther we got, Mr. DM.
So when you look up, the lantern allows you to see like the staircase above you, but that's it. After that, it's too dark. So who knows?
All right, my legs are tired. Maybe we can figure out a way out of this.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're all looking down. But they were also talking about, like, a ceiling of memories, right? Like, I thought we were going to hit a ceiling and then relive a saddest moment of our life or whatever it wants us to do. But
I mean,
maybe we're supposed to go where they're...
the first one spoke of a ceiling of memories, and all of the other ones just say the same thing.
What'd they say again?
This, and me shows you the thing that says the one of watching can do only just that, gazing at a ceiling of memories, forced to remember and relive. And then there was the one that Maeve saw that said when the one long forgotten stirs from its chambers, but every subsequent one, if I understand correctly, has just said in English the same thing of the one of watching can do only just that, gazing at a ceiling of memories, forced to remember and relive. Maeve is gonna say, "This is a bit stupid, but I wonder if we're supposed to look up or something." And kind of looks up.
It's not as stupid as my idea. I was thinking maybe we should just jump into the pit. Looking up seems...
It's significantly less dangerous, at least.
Yeah, I don't want to jump into the pit. So that's a good backup plan, but we can't. Okay, so we look up. We can't see the ceiling. Are we just replaying our memories again and again? Maybe we should try to remember something.
Your conversation is interrupted by the sound of footsteps coming from up above, approaching towards you.
Hate
That's
that.
That's
From
new.
from up above.
Yeah, like someone's probably like a flight or two above you, just like tap, 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 walking
Nemo is
down the stairs.
immediately gonna put out the lantern. We're in
Yeah,
full
so-
darkness now.
Tobias goes back down a few steps with the.
All right,
scope
Nemo,
ready.
you blow out. It's pitch black.
I press myself up against, like, I'm not touching a statue, but if there's like an area where I can be off the middle of the path.
All right, everyone, give me a stealth check with advantage. I'll say because it is pitch dark right now.
Okay.
All right,
I am
so-
flipping for everyone because of our brilliant. Yep. So we're gonna start with Nemo. Nemo, you've got.
I think I already have advantage on all stealth flips when I'm with other people, so I think
Okay.
this would be you draw 3 cards
Triple!
and take the highest.
Triple, 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 triple,
Triple.
triple!
I guess my question to you is: should I still draw 3? Because the first one I drew was Red Joker.
Awesome! Yay! That's my first red Joker ever.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
say.
still draw 3 because we want to get
Yes,
through this
okay.
deck. so we
Yeah,
can
yeah. Draw
Yeah.
2 more because the sooner
Yep.
you get through the deck, the
These
more
were
you get
your
more
others.
cards.
Okay.
But Red Joker. So
Which I think a red Joker, just because I want to hear the number, I think is a 15, which means
No,
that I got a
14.
21. Okay, I got a 20.
Yes.
I mean, with that, like you find a way to where you can crawl up on top of one of the statues, and we'll
it's
say
almost like Frey
the,
was here.
we'll say the stairs, like they're jagged on top and bottom, so you manage to like press your hands up against one side and your feet against another to where you are up off the ground, just prison break style, hanging there, completely up into the shadows. Can I get a stealth check with advantage from 2 more people?
yes. So Tobias,
Yes.
you've got a 10 of tomes or a 2 of tomes. So you
Oh,
get
let me
that 10.
Take that 10.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have that 10.
Beautiful. The target
stealth
number
is-
is 10, so
It's
you're
cunning, right? So 13. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got that.
brilliant. And then Meave gets a 5 of crows or a 1 of masks.
even though you
Um,
fail me with everyone else, with the red Joker and everything, like they managed to usher you and put you in a place to where you guys are you're solid. Like you are all very, very well hidden, and the footsteps continue.
Meave just like
Continue.
stands next to a statue and is like, if I act like the statue. Everyone else is like doing some ninja shit.
Yeah. Just look
And Meave
down.
is like,
Eventually, it gets to a point where the footsteps are right below you, and they kind of stop.
We can't see each
Nemo-
other.
Can't see
Nemo
shit. It's
is
pitch
not
black.
doing her aesthetic breathing, which she normally does. Breathing has ceased, no sounds being produced.
I think Meave very quietly is going to whisper, "Stay here," and is going to step back out onto the landing and say, "Hello, is anyone there?"
Ellie, you hear Meave say, "Hello, is anyone there?"
What's that?
Ellie?
Meave?
Yeah, yes, you're back. Where's Frey?
Great. Frey, over here.
Frey's not with you.
Oh,
Frey.
oh, hell.
Meave?
Ellie,
Right. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know where Frey is. He was just behind me. I was wandering around in the dark. Frey was kind of guiding me a bit. We're flipping a coin. I lost it, so I was looking for it a little bit.
Right. Well, let's get some light in here, then, I guess. And Meave does have a lantern, I think. because we've got. So Meave is gonna light their own lantern, so as
God.
not to out.
Nemo's gonna fucking scuttle along in her position to stay out of the lantern light. No fucking way is that actually Ellie, in my humble onion. I'm out of the light.
Well, and that's sort of why Meave is like not gonna be like, oh, light the lantern. Like, instead Meave is you know, pulls out their own, is like, oh, I'm just gonna light my lantern, you know, kind of giving them, and lights their lantern up and takes a couple steps down to look for Ellie. Is Ellie there?
Ellie
Do you see? Yeah, you see Ellie.
She looks a little worse for wear, pale, just sort of stressed. Like, you know, when somebody just is having a really bad day, this is Ellie.
Yeah.
Right here. She's just staring at you. Just kind of looks away. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sorry,
Hey.
sorry. I just wanted to make sure it was you. So Frey was. Are you alright? No, that's a dumb question. So Frey was behind you.
Yeah. We were traveling along, got attacked by some abstract art, some paintings, and got out of it. So, I don't know where he went though.
So he's
Alright.
back. You lost him up there.
Oh, hey, Toby.
Hey, how far down did you go?
Where's
You can
Nemo?
come.
Around.
She was with us. Maybe we lost her too.
Nemo.
Absolutely not. No, Nemo is staying where she is. This is a staircase of memory traps. I, Deanna, know that it's Ellie. There is no way that Nemo would think that it is Ellie.
Yeah. Nemo, if you're nearby, just. All right, whatever. Ellie's clearly kind of bleeding a little bit. There's been a couple of wounds, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's somewhere back there. I don't know. You okay? You both okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me hold on. Tobias, could you hold this a second?
Yeah. You grab the
Hands.
lantern.
Let me have a quick look at you, and I'd like to do doctor on Ellie.
I'd like to give aid.
That would be good.
Very nice. Flip that with
So that's
advantage.
right? All right. So the first thing I've pulled is an 11 of crows. The second is a 1 of tomes. So I think I'll take the 11 of crows. Thanks. So that'll be a 13.
So that's 2 health points, I think.
Oh, really? Wow. All right.
Or yeah, 2. I think.
to-
I think so.
Together, Meave and Ellie sort of just begin to patch Ellie up. Thanks. Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Well, we've got to have you in decent condition. All right. So Nemo's safe. Sure. But we've got to find Frey.
And we've just been down 15 flights of stairs. So there's only one way to go. But we got a working theory.
Okay. So just to check, Nemo's okay. I just haven't seen her. Nemo, you okay? Tap once. Show up.
I'm gonna chip off, like, if there's like a statue or rock well, if I can get like just a little piece of gravel and just ping Ellie in the head with it without ever entering line of sight, that would be the ideal.
Cool. All right. Great.
That sounds like Nemo.
So we're just missing 1. Everyone stay close. I don't really trust this not to play tricks on us.
Yeah.
We're not walking up anymore. We've been walking up. We can't see the top. Ellie just came from the top, and how long have you been walking down?
I don't know. I mean, not that long, I imagine.
Yeah,
But
you went through a hallway, walked down like 1 flight of stairs, and found these people.
yeah, I mean,
Wait, okay.
so
So let's
walking not very far.
let's
So
go
there
back
might
up.
be- Yeah, let's
Yeah, it might be the
try a
top.
little longer. Let's go a little further up.
Yeah.
With any luck, we'll run into Frey.
You can't be that far away.
No, right. Of course not.
Go back
All right.
up.
You continue to ascend the staircase. The unsettling statues just sort of glazing or glaring down at you. Not glaring, just watching you. You go up One set. Another set. Another set. No doors. Nothing.
Nothing. Well,
Uh,
you got
if-
in here somehow, but
You sure you haven't been walking for just hours like we have?
Yeah, it was quick. I mean, we had just burst through a door, rested for a minute in the dark. I can't see shit in here, by the way. Thank you for the light. And then we were basically waiting to just see what happens, and stepped a little bit away from him.
well,
Okay.
for us, I think, well, if the ceiling isn't a thing, then our solution probably lies in the statues.
Statues.
And Meave is going to point out, be like, Tobias, could you hold
Yeah, I'm
the-"
here.
and just point out one of the statues, and then kind of hand their, be like, all of the statues have said this, except for one that said this. And I'm not saying things out loud anymore because last time that happened, we got spored. Just kind of showed it.
I want to bring it back because you guys were on a good train of thought, but I kind of interrupted it to bring Ellie back in. Tobias, you had said some important things. You feel like we're going in circles. And you also notice that you're not able to see ever above you, which is kind of unsettling. So I'll say, as Meave is saying, like, you know, let's look at the statues and stuff, that's still lingering in the back of your mind. Do you have engineering or mathematics, Tobias?
I got artifacting.
Ellie's got mathematics.
I
And
have
she'd
math.
so love to use it.
I'm just gonna say it doesn't make sense. Like we're gonna say the thing that you said as your character is very important, and it's lingering on you. But like in a Rubik's cube, you understand what the premise is on how to solve the puzzle, but you have no idea how to solve it in a Rubik's cube. You're just like, you need to match up the fucking colors, right? So like you're in this position of I think I know how to solve the puzzle. We have to match up the colors, but you don't know how to do it.
Okay, so we got some colors over here. We got some statues that are all statue colored, so we got to match them up somehow.
Statue colored.
No.
I will
Colored
say,
statues.
Brent, for the benefit
You-
of stupid people like me who do not understand what the puzzle is there any further hint? Because
Yeah,
I
can-
don't see the Rubik's cube at all.
Can
at
I?
this
Yeah,
can,
it's
can
a little
Ellie?
beyond me.
Can Toby take Ellie and Meave and Toby take Ellie through? And can Ellie make a mathematics check to try to sort of suss out
Yeah.
how
Where
might
the-
this break down?
I think with Toby talking about like how it doesn't make sense, like the Rubik's cube isn't the actual literal thing I'm trying to
No.
use. I'm just
Right.
I'm trying to metaphorically explain to Toby
we-
that you know something's wrong, but
We
you just
gotta
can't
talk-
solve it.
like,
We just gotta talk
Is it-
about how stupid Toby is, and then we'll get this.
is it like I think it's an MC Escher painting, or like the scene in Labyrinth
Oh,
where the
God.
stairs are.
Mirrors and
Yeah.
it's
Where
the scene in
gravity-
Haunted Mansion ride. Okay. Well, yeah. So Meave is. We've just been going and going, and it's got. There's something we're missing.
Yeah. So I want to go look at those statues.
You can look at the statues, and you, Ellie, can make me a engineering or mathematics check.
All right.
Target number 8.
All right. I will make the mathematics check. CJ, if you would assist me with
Yes,
that check.
absolutely. It is just normal, no advantage, right?
Yep.
Oh, I am so sorry.
A 1. All right.
One of Rams.
That's okay. I will cheat myself into an 11.
Okay, that's valid.
You're looking around. You're trying to count the amount of stairs you guys have gone up. This doesn't make sense. The stairs seem impossible. Judging by how many flights you walked up and how deep you are in the earth, you should have breached the surface by now. And you're thinking about what everyone else has said, how you can never see in front of you, and that's distressing.
Ellie's gonna sort of stare at this statue before saying, has anyone tried what we had to do with that mirror at all? Reflections and memories based? Anything we have said or projected?
No, we've just sort of been walking, if I'm being entirely honest.
I mean, we talked about remembering something, but that's when you showed up, and we hid from you.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially that's what happened.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can do something here, and Ellie's gonna focus in and conjure up a memory, and wanted to do a really positive experience that she's had back home, but remembers that furnace of a painting for a minute, and suddenly the memories she doesn't necessarily want begin to come up, and she projects the memory of the night the explosion happened.
Nothing happens.
Hear a voice from the darkness. We still haven't actually tried walking downstairs.
That's true. You're right, Ellie? Shall we?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll try going down a flight and see if anything changes.
We just came from downstairs. We're trying to reach the ceiling here. Is this... We want to go downstairs?
Well, we've been going up and up and nothing's happened, so I guess the first thing to do when something's not working is to try the opposite, right? Well, that's actually a bit of flawed logic, but it might be worth trying.
I mean,
just
that works in archaeology.
Walk upstairs anymore.
All right. Okay. Maeve is gonna slowly, in order to not leave everyone behind, because that would be terrible in so many ways, start working their way down just one flight of stairs. One thing that they're looking for, other than an obvious change in anything, is that because they've been seeing the same statue over and over again, they're wondering if the statue one flight below is the same statue or is the statue that they saw earlier.
So you are essentially 17 flights up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to go down 17 flights to see the statue you saw that had the only different message. Only that second statue had anything different. Every other statue, it's the same message over and over.
And Maeve had written it down. So when Maeve showed Ellie, the second one says, "When the one long forgotten stirs from its chambers," and then the rest was kind of smeared off. So yeah, Maeve had shown the journal so as not to speak anything out loud, because we all know how well that went last time. And so we go down a flight and nothing happens then? Is that...
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Same statues.
Let me try something real fast.
Okay.
And Tobias is going to use like the end of the gun to kind of like scratch, or no, not the end of the gun, the butt of the gun. No, we don't need to mess up the barrel. We're gonna scratch kind of a mark in one of these statues. All right, I'm not going back downstairs. Let's go back upstairs. I'm gonna check something out real fast. And we're gonna walk back up a flight of stairs and see what I see.
You take out your gun, scratch into one of the statues, go upstairs. Again, like it's limited, so you're counting. All right, 3 lefts. Turn the first one, second one, third one. On the fourth one, this should be the hall. You count 1, 2 statues. You look over. There is an identical scratch to that which you left.
We've been going in a bloody loop.
And this is troublesome because we just walked up 15 flights of stairs for nothing.
17, essentially.
17.
Shall we walk back down 15 to 17?
No.
Tobias, with your brilliant thought, give me a target number 7, prestidigitation.
If you would, CJ.
Right. That's right, I have the deck. Alright, so target number what was it?
7.
Okay, what do you add to yours? Because you've got 4 of Rams.
Okay, so prestidigitation is can be either cunning or intellect, I want to say. So am I using cunning or intellect?
It's up to you.
All right, so cunning, it's going to be 5, so it's going to be a 9.
Nice.
So you kind of come up back to this smudge, this scratch that you made, and you begin to think about the magic of prestidigitation. Part of the logic of prestidigitation is making the impossible possible through hidden pathways or subtle deception, bending the light, forcing a perspective to make things appear what they are not. This belief in the unbelievable allows the magic to become true. But if the veil is pulled back, if the curtain is revealed, if the mirror is shifted, if the illusion is... if the secret of the magic is shown, the magic of prestidigitation collapses.
Right. So we just gotta solve this Rubik's Cube is where I'm still at.
I think you might have just done.
Okay.
You've just
So well, we know we're stuck in the loop, but we gotta figure out how to move the mirror.
You can never see anything except what is directly in front of you, because only one of you has a lantern.
All right.
Nemo is 45 feet ahead of you guys in the dark and is going to light her lantern.
Nemo, you...
She's fucking on the ceiling, hanging like a gargoyle.
You sort of flick a match. You are on the other side of the chasm, and as you flick it, you look down towards your friends, and they are on a lower staircase. You guys, as you see Nemo illuminate, you see the twists and turns. You see that classic infinite staircase and how it moves, and Nemo is not standing on another floor. But as you kind of angle yourself and look at it, the stairway cuts off, and there is a door behind Nemo.
Was that there before?
What, me? Yeah, I've been here.
No, the door behind you.
Do I see it when it's pointed out to me?
You see no door.
I'm gonna put the lantern between my teeth, hoink my feet up on like a statue, and I'm just gonna start patting down the wall. Can I?
No. Let me. All right, you. Here, me. Take this lantern.
Right, got it.
You stay there, and I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this door, and then walk up. I know how this works. I think I got this figured out. Walk up to this door, keep my eyes on this door, and make my way up to Nemo.
Side to Ellie, and then just...
It's right behind her, so it has to be there. I can see it, right?
For you, the magic of the prestidigitation has been broken. You hold up the lantern, it's easy. The door never fades. You go straight up to the door. But understanding the concept of prestidigitation, Nemo has not broken the illusion, so there's no way Nemo could ever possibly see the door.
All right.
Even if I see someone go through the door?
Yeah, that's
once
right
they
next.
go through the door, it'll be shattered. As you say this, does everyone else follow up?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, you see where I'm at. I'm
Yeah.
just walking through the wall over here. But no, when you look at it the right way and there's a door, you just got to have a little bit of know-how.
Right. Okay.
I feel like
You're
I'm
just
not
kind of
the one to-
phasing through the wall right now, but
I mean-
I'll take you.
Well, I mean, you can face the wall, or you can walk up another 15 flights of stairs. You take your pick. Tobias gonna go through.
Okay.
When you put it that way,
Go on down.
I
and
don't feel like I'm the one to say this, but magic is weird. Goes.
Like
Nemo-
at this point in time, like when you guys look down, there is no infinite pit. There's just like a floor that was painted black. And like the stairwell ends probably about like 20
So
or 25 feet up.
For my own self-aggrandizement, would jumping into the pit also have broken the illusion? Because we would have jumped down 3 feet and
Possibly,
landed on the
yeah.
floor.
Yeah, it would have. It would have.
Okay.
Somewhere Nemo is just like, I knew it. I just
Needed
knew
to
it.
jump into the pit. Nemo's gonna catch Tobias by the elbow as he's going through the door and just let herself be led by him because she doesn't fully believe or not believe in the door at this point.
Yeah, trust me. He's gonna take your hand.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's walk two steps forward. I'm right here.
Yeah, okay.
Maeve looks at Ellie and goes, "Shall we?"
Ellie is just like, okay, and just sort of gets kind of close to Meave and then just goes with Meave.
Yeah.
All right. You guys open the door. Tobias, you grab it. You turn the handle. Ellie, what do you say?
Yeah, as we shuffle up, Ellie's gonna be. Meave, when Ellie and you are kind of walking, Ellie's just like looking around, making sure shit is safe, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen some shit today. So with my exceptionally high notice check, I'm just sort of staring at the door and staring at this weird space. And then as we get up to Toby and Nemo, Ellie's just gonna be like, "Hey, Nemo, good to see you," right? And then grab hold of Toby, and we're gonna all clump up together, and then whisper towards Toby, though all of you can hear it. Do you really think I would forgive you that easily? And then just shove Toby through the door.
What?
I fucking knew it, dude. I knew it wasn't her!
What happened?
Yeah, so Ellie like steps up, grabs you by the shoulders from behind, right? After kind of looking around, nodding towards Nemo, and then just leans in, but you all can hear it as she says again, do you really think I'd forgive you that easily? And just shoves you.
Give me opposed athletics checks. Ellie and Toby.
Hey, CJ, if you could help us out here.
Right. Does anyone have any advantage or disadvantage?
No.
Okay. So Ellie.
Friend Ellie.
Ellie is 5 of tomes, and Tobias is a 13 of crows.
Fuck all that.
Cool. Toby wins.
12. I got a 12. So.
Yep.
All right. Toby, you go through the door, and immediately as you pass through it, it vanishes. There is a chasm below you, and another door appears at the front of the stairs, almost as if it knew what it was waiting for, and it is the wrong door. And as you fall back, you manage, before you fall 25 feet, which is a lot of damage, you grab onto the ledge, and you're holding on.
I'm still holding Tobias's hand at this point, unless I fully lost grip on him.
You are holding Tobias's hand, we'll say. He goes over the edge, you're holding it. One of his hands is, gripping the edge, the other is holding you, and now I need everyone to flip initiative.
Oh, God.
Okay. That's just card flips from me, right?
Yeah. That's from you.
We'll start with Nemo is 13 of rams.
So that's
Your
a
bonus is Nemo?
That'll be a 19.
I'm gonna set these aside in case we need them for a second. Tobias is an 11 of masks.
Puts me at 12.
Okay. Ellie is. I am not drawing well for Ellie. I'm sorry. Also, look, check it out. The
Tobias, you are 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 of crows for Ellie, but I don't know what you add to it.
Got a
Ellie.
6.
And then initiative, by the way, is what, speed or grade?
I think it's speed plus notice, I think.
Speed plus notice.
Plus your ranks in notice, not your
ranks.
overall notice, but
Okay, good. So Maeve is 2 of rams, but total would be 6.
Oh no. Okay.
Is Frey here?
Is Frey here? Do I?
No. Frey's in here.
flip for Frey?
What's yours, Meave?
Mine's 6.
Okay. What's your speed?
My speed is +3.
What's your speed, Ellie?
Speed?
Yeah.
-1.
Okay, so Meave will go before Ellie. So Nemo, you see this happen. Ellie has just sort of aggressive shoved, and Tobias has fallen back, twisted over, fallen on his heels. But before he goes, you grab one hand, and he's holding onto the ledge, and you can see about a 30-foot drop, which is a bit of damage in this system. But he has not fallen yet.
He's still holding on. He's still holding on.
He's still holding. What do you do?
If he's got a firm grip, absolutely convinced this is not Ellie. Sorry. Nemo is going to jump at Ellie's face and try to shove her into the pit. Like, she's just going to latch on like a howler monkey trying to bite Ellie's nose off.
That is opposed athletics.
No, I it's flavor. I'm just attacking her, but I'm attached to her face.
Okay. All right. All right. Flip your attack towards Ellie.
Yeah, I'll take 2 attacks. They're just straight card flips.
All right, I'm gonna put these cards in the discard now that we've got everyone's initiative sorted.
And I'm gonna say loudly while I'm doing it, just in case I knew it wasn't you. Absolutely knew it.
Tobias gonna say, "Don't drop me! Don't drop me! Put me up first!" He's holding on to like the edge of the door frame at this point.
You're fine.
I've just been betrayed. I don't want to be dropped again. Don't let me down, man.
CJ?
What? Sorry.
I need you to flip my attack, CJ.
Yeah, you're running it all, CJ.
6.
All right.
Crows.
How does it work when I'm attacking Ellie? What am I
You
trying
attack
to
me,
do?
and I defend against whatever your DC is.
Okay, so I got a 10 total on the attack.
All right, CJ, flip one for Ellie.
Yep, Ellie. Sorry, I was really distracted by the fact that you can see through the card because it's green.
Making you work tonight.
8 of tomes.
Tomes? Okay.
Yep.
So that's a 10 of defense.
Okay. Meets beats. How does that work for player versus player?
That would be a double negative damage.
Yeah, you're just doing damage, double negative.
Double negative damage.
Same way.
Okay, cool. So, flip 2 cards for me, CJ.
Okay. You've got a 7 of masks and a 7 of rams.
Okay,
what are the
it's just
odds?
drawing 2, right? Am I drawing 3 or 2?
You have 2 negatives.
Double negative,
Three.
so it's just
Three.
straight.
Draw another one.
Okay, we've got a 12 of rams.
Okay,
Alright.
so it is moderate damage. 2 points of damage to Ellie.
You're on the negative, not the positive. So it's Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right.
So
It's
right.
moderate.
Moderate is 6 to 10.
So you jump onto Ellie's back, flip out, it twirls in your fingers a little bit, a knife, and you stab it into.
No, I'm biting her. This is biting.
Oh, shit, okay.
I'm not using a knife. I'm biting her face.
You bite into her face and pull back like an angry dog. Flesh rips off like the skin of a chicken, and it's hanging from your mouth. And as you do, there is like a deep black hole, and shadow just pours out and forms into a tadpole-like head and swirls around you, dives straight towards the stairs, looks at Tobias. Tobias, you see a familiar face. You see a strong-jawed gentleman with salt and pepper hair and a flat cap. You see the face of your father.
Oh, God.
And it says, "Well, aren't you becoming less of a disappointment, boy? Always lying, always deceiving, never able to have good friendships." The rest of you just hear like muffled sounds.
I'm
as
not
this,
dealing
like-
with this now. I'm gonna kick at try to kick at the face down. I'm not dealing with
It's
this right now.
above you. You're hanging off a ledge, my dude. You can't kick.
Oh, I thought it came down at me. Okay.
It's like coming down at you right in front of your face, and like the jaw's unhinging, getting wider and wider, like it looks like it's about to swallow you.
I'm gonna fucking smack out of the way.
All right, your
I
second
do-
action, Nemo.
Yes, I'm doing another attack. That's another card flip from CJ.
Yep, just one or what do you
Just
need?
the one.
Okay.
Just one.
So you've got a 6 of
I got a-
masks.
I got another 10, so we need
Okay.
a flip for Ellie's defense.
Okay, Ellie, you have a 6 of tomes.
Okay. Nemo wins again.
Okay, and this is just a singular disadvantage, so draw 2.
Okay, you have a 10 of crows and a 7 of crows.
Alright,
Jesus.
moderate damage again. You take 2 more points of damage. I spit out whatever cheek thing I have left in my mouth.
Dried leather.
And I'm gonna take the back, like her braid area, and just try pulling her head back. Because I am trying to, again, just flavor-wise, pull her into the pit with me. I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'm trying.
I mean, she's struggling, moving along. You're, grabbing her, pulling her. You haven't done anything mechanically. Do you want to give advantage to the next person, or?
I mean, wait, I did damage to her. Is that, or is
True.
there another?
No, true. Yeah,
I would
okay.
love to give advantage to the next person.
No, 2 more points of damage. 2 more points of
Okay.
damage.
So that's 4 points total from this turn that I have done.
All right, after Nemo is Tobias.
Tobias gonna smack this fucking father figure away from his face.
Are you hanging
thank
on
you.
the ledge?
Do you want to
He
get
is.
up?
Your
He is.
dear life, dear friend?
I mean, yes, but there is also a father figure in my face, so I can't get past them.
Okay.
Go round it.
What are you
gotta
doing
go
for your turn,
through it.
Toby?
Smack the father figure.
CJ, that's you again.
Great. All right, so you've got a 3 of rams.
This is might, so it's gonna be two to smack the father figure.
You go to slap it, and the head just like pulls back like a quick snake. And when it comes back down, the jaw continues to unhedge, but now there's a big grin forming as the cheek muscles pull back.
I shoot it.
All right, I'm gonna
So
say
you take both hands off the ledge to
No, I have-
fire your gun.
I
This
do
pistol.
not have a shotgun. I have a pistol, one-handed.
it's
I
an
have Ellie's
action to
pistol.
draw. It's an action
I
to draw.
I had it in my hand. I was holding it. I never said I put it away.
Did you? Did you?
I said from the beginning it was in my hand, always shaking. I was mentioning that gun.
All
I'll give
what
you
do
that.
you need
I'll
from
give
me,
you that.
from me? Do you need another card?
One
flip?
card. Yes,
10 of rams.
that's gonna be 12. Shoot 12 to shoot this father figure. What's his target number?
Target number is for defense 7.
Shoot
7.
the
Oh,
ghost.
okay, 7. That's 1 negative, I think. 90% sure.
That's 2 cards for CJ.
Yeah, two cards.
8
Mainly.
and of crows and 4 of tomes.
All right, so that's weak damage. That's gonna be 2 damage to the father figure.
That's 8 damage so far. All right. After Tobias is
Me.
Meave.
Meave is going to... Okay, so I'm not sure how much I can do, but Meave's first priority is getting Tobias off the ledge. What should I flip for that? Would that be like an athletics or a...
I'll say you're close enough that I'm not going to make you burn something to move. It's going to be athletics.
Okay.
Target number 8.
Okay, and I'm sorry, athletics is what is might?
Might.
Might.
yeah.
Okay. Target number 8. Well, that's definitely gonna fail because
I will wait. Hold on. I will let you use acrobatics because you do have a whip.
Yes, yeah, that's
I'll
true,
let you.
do.
I would love for you to do some Indiana Jones stuff.
Okay. Or is acrobatics would be what, speed or grace? Grace.
Acrobatics is grace.
And
yeah.
then or can I use flexible with the whip? But that would be kind of an attack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Well, I'm whipping you, Tobias.
Okay.
I might end up cheating this. We'll see. So what was the target?
Target number is 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna cheat it because this still wouldn't reach what I need. I've got. I'm gonna overkill it. I've got 9, which puts me at 12. I don't remember what suit the 9 was, so I'm not going to activate my Tangled Up, which is good because I don't really want to do that anyway.
Still, I'll say with the 12, you know, whip it. It throws out, wraps around his wrist, and like as he's holding on, losing his grip, you get a tight hold on it. If you want, for your second action, you can give me a target number 8 acrobatics check to try to, pull him up.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Save me, please.
Is a total of 11. 12 of tomes, total of 11.
You manage to find, like, you put the heel of your foot into one of the stairs, lean back, and just pull, and you get dragged up, Tobias. Like, the front of your stomach just shifts over the dirt. This voice is still whispering in your ear. You could have been famous, child. You could have all the money in the world, but you had to go your own way. And how'd that work out for you, huh? How'd that work out for you, huh?
It's not real. I'm busy, Dad. And he's gonna go behind me.
Yeah, can't hear that part. So kind of like over the I'm busy, Dad, and Meave goes has a bit of a perplexed look, but just goes, sorry, the whip's a bit inelegant, but I'm better with that than I am strong. Come on, let's get you up. And kind of tries to help pull Toby up, and I'm reckoning that's the end of my turn.
All right. Next up is Ellie. At this point in time, Ellie looks like Ellie, except that her head has been split open like a flower or a melon, and just this inky wave of shadow has slithered out and is curling around and looking at Tobias. Her hands, like a puppet, just shift up, break open, and more black tendrils swirl towards Toby. Toby, I need you to make 2 defense checks, target number 10. Let me know if you fail and flip a mask.
Okay.
So your defense
2 cards.
checks. Your first one is 3 of crows. I apologize, but at least it's not a mask.
All right, 5.
And the next one is a 9 of tomes.
A 5 and an 11. One of them will probably hit me.
No masks.
No masks.
All right, would you flip on the first one?
A 5.
The flip was a 3, so that's a 5 total.
What was the suit?
It's a crow's.
Not a mask. There were no masks.
We didn't get any masks.
Rams were also good.
Nope.
Rams
toes
were also
and
good.
crows.
All right. Can you? All right. So if it was a 3,
Back in the hole you go, Tobias.
No. Oh God.
If it was a 3,
it was a 5.
5
Brent.
total.
It was a 5 total, Brent. It was
So
a
give me
5,
one-
and it was not a mask or a ram.
if it's a 5, it's a 5. You give me 1 negative flip.
All right. So give me two cards.
Okay, the first one is 11 of rams. The second one is 12 of masks.
Oh God. Oh God. That's not good.
Oh no. That's gonna be. Hold on, let me double check.
Severe damage.
Severe. You take 4 points of damage.
Oh God. I'm still up, but I'm okay.
I know it's not my fault, but sorry anyway.
The face of your father that is still looking you in the eyes, its jaw sort of collapses, slops to the ground, and it slithers towards you like a bunch of snakes. And then those tendrils twist around and just shoot straight up into your nostrils and pierce into your head, and blood begins to gush out. You are convulsing, just coughing up blood until they slither out, and that 4 damage is just having your internal organs, your mind, just right up into your brain, just ripped apart and just coughing up blood.
Oh my God. I'm coughing up my dad now.
Top of the round, Nemo.
Jeez.
Okay. How close quarters are these? Are we all just standing right next to each other?
You're
still?
all right next to each other. Yeah.
Awesome. So the first thing that's going to happen is Nemo's eyes are going to roll back in her head. She's going to get full Studio Ghibli hair. It's going to start to float up, and coming out from underneath the dress she wears is going to be an Egyptian scarab necklace. Begins to float out, comes in front of her face. Kind of a weird gray, dry light emanates from her. There's a very stale smell. And then I am going to use my healing stuff on Tobias.
Smart.
Thank you.
I've never used it before in my life, so let me check here. I have to make, can you just flip me a single card?
Yes. 12 of crows.
Yes. Okay.
Sounds like a lot.
So, you get 3 points of healing as just kind of, this weird stale light envelops you.
Thank God.
Yeah. And while her eyes are still rolled back in her head, she's going to wind back in and she's going to take another big chomp out of Ellie.
The
Terrifying.
necklace glows with this unholy energy, and the sand from the rocks begin to wrap around you and form into like ancient old bandages, Toby. And when they hit your skin, they meld into it, and flesh begins to heal. The bleeding begins to stop. Nemo, second action.
Bite the bitch. I
Okay.
need a flip for my martial attack on Ellie.
5 of masks.
That's gonna
Defense
be a 9.
is 7. That's a hit.
Wait, we're not using Ellie's stuff anymore? I'm still on Ellie.
Yeah, let's go back to Ellie. Sorry.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know how this works.
No, let's go back to
I
Ellie.
mean, defense 7 sounds nice.
Yeah, let's Ellie.
Let's
Let's go back to
that.
Ellie.
Please. Flip me
CJ,
a
flip a
card,
defense.
CJ.
Right, sorry, I was talking over you. My apologies.
You are the
9
computer program now.
9 of masks.
None of masks? Okay, that's 11.
We're running into the mechanical thing again here. Does Ellie currently count as a faded character? Is this actually Ellie?
It is not
Or
Ellie.
can I cheat?
You can cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I'm going to cheat with a 9 of tomes to get a 13, which will still be at 1 disadvantage, I believe. So flip me 2 cards, CJ.
2 of crows and
Alright.
10 of masks.
So it'll only be minor damage, which
Good
is just
cards.
one point of damage to the fake Ellie. As I kind of coming back to myself and my necklace begins to fall back down.
As a minion, it has 9 hit points. It was at 8. How do you want to do this, Nemo?
God.
We're getting in the pit! I am going to, with my eyes still rolled back in my head and my fucking floating ancient Egyptian Edwardian magic going on, I'm going to just wind around, almost like I don't really have gravity at that moment, and just fucking pile drive her into the pit with the full force of my body and chomp down on her.
You manage to use your body, twirl her. She's spinning around, but right before she goes off the edge, you leap off and grab that wrist, which almost collapse like leather filled with sand, and it tries to hold on to you. All these, black tendrils holding out, and you have a moment where you get to look this creature in the eye and just let go. And it tumbles over. Boom! It just splatters into the ground. Just black, miasma just all over the place.
I think actually today's been pretty great. Generally, I feel like things are going really, really well.
Right. Are we still in initiative? Is there still shadow shit attacking Tobias?
Nope.
It's gone. Okay,
That's it.
brilliant.
Gonna take that necklace, I'm gonna tuck it away. That shit's going right back in there.
Subconsciously, watching Nemo do this, Meave touches their own necklace and just Tobias, are you all right?
Yeah. I'm okay now. I'm not about to fall to my death. I don't have dads in my face. I'm good right now.
Was your
Maeve
dad
offers a
here?
hand up if he's still not standing.
Did you not see Snake? A person with
Your
Snake?
dad's a snake. Sorry.
I mean, yes, but no. But
Okay. Nemo and Maeve are gonna work together to get Tobias off the floor.
Yep. And Maeve is gonna say, I'm sorry. I put myself out there because I wasn't sure if it was really Ellie, but it was so convincing. I put you all at risk. I'm sorry.
No, actually, I'm going to say honestly, I loved it because there's nothing quite like, being right the whole time when everyone else is wrong. So,
I mean,
yes, knowing things
all
other
right.
people don't. It's an interesting situation to be in.
All right,
Nemo's
I
face
guess,
falls.
I guess
Joy
we'll listen to
God.
you from now on.
No,
She's,
that's not what I mean. No, I'm.
Well, she's cautious though. I think it's something we need to exercise here. I tend to I'll get a little carried away when archaeology is involved. I'll rein it in.
You think you figure something out, and then it's a pit, and then your friend pushes you in the pit, and then it's not your friend, and then your friend is your dad, and then it's.
Hey, Tobias.
Yeah. I'm just freaking out a little bit here.
The good news is that it wasn't Ellie, because I think objectively that would be worse.
Hey, Tobias. Is this a good
Nemo.
time for you to receive information? Because I feel like you're kind of really just open to. How do you. Alright. I'm dead, and I've been dead the entire time. So, the door is here now, so let's just.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It's kind of. Okay, whew! Lots of, I didn't even think I had adrenaline anymore, but I apparently do. I don't know how that works. That's a question for me. But if we're ready to just pop on out the door.
I don't think this was the right time to say that, because now I just have more questions.
Yeah, but you're not in a state to ask them. So, why don't we just. I'm sorry. No, okay. Okay, working on.
Eve, what's going on?
Okay, alright,
I don't
everyone
understand anymore.
I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but everyone stop for a second and just take a slow, deep breath.
I don't need to breathe. Is that funny? I think it's pretty fun. Okay.
It kind of is, in a sort of dark way. This is really not much my business, so I'm gonna stand here.
No, but I think it is your business because apparently you've known the whole time and you've just been going, oh, I know this thing about her and I'm not gonna do anything, like it's a power play or something. I don't know exactly what
Nemo.
it is, but clearly it's a.
What? Okay, no. Give me just a second here. What am I supposed to do when I've just met a dead girl? Exactly. Hi,
Shoot on
nice to
sight.
meet you. You're dead.
Shoot on sight. If you meet someone who is undead, you shoot on sight. It's a
Well,
pretty
It's probably
traditional.
a good thing I didn't. But that aside, let's back up a little bit. As we've just learned today, I regularly hear the voices of dead people. So if I meet a ghost, I'm not going to be like, that thing's evil, and kill it. Because you are a person, you are a soul, you are a being, and I don't know how you became this way. And frankly, if you are functioning like a living being, whether or not you are living is none of my damn business. And that's why I didn't say anything, and I didn't know who knew, and I didn't want to overstep.
Ellie knew, and that's about it. I'm sorry. Okay. Didn't mean to scream at you, Maeve.
It's a difficult situation. I'm not upset about it. I just I really don't feel that it's my business. That's all.
That's a good trait. I admire that trait. Tobias, you're good.
How did Ellie know? How does one find out if one's dead? Am I dead? Are you?
No,
are you
you're
dead?
Tobias, you're not dead. You're not dead. Like, yeah. You're not dead. Go ahead.
I mean, that's good. Okay. This has been a stressful day. Can we get out of here and have this conversation later?
I would love nothing more than to stop having this conversation. Why don't we just pop on out of that door like I was suggesting? Just keep on. You don't even have to. Cause I was just completely honest, and then now I'm done. And we don't ever have to talk about it again. So that's really kind of an ideal. So let's just, Nemo's just gonna start walking.
Nemo, wait.
Going upstairs.
Wait a second. And Maeve is just gonna say, look, and just hold out one hand to Tobias and one hand to Nemo and be like, I'm not walking through anywhere without being in physical contact with either of you because I don't know when any of us can turn into one of those flippin' shadow things.
I mean, I guess.
You don't have to hold my hand.
I mean, I don't want to put my gun down. So he's gonna hold on to one, like,
yeah, you
tap one hand and then grab it. Make sure it's physical and not gonna attack him.
Nemo, it's really your choice, but I don't know how physics work in here, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, smart. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Holds out a hand to Nemo. Lead the way.
Nemo will take the hand, and Nemo is visibly extremely embarrassed more than literally anything else. And she's gonna lead you guys out the door.
There isn't a pit on the other side, right? This is like...
And Nemo very cautiously goes through the doorway, tapping the toe.
What? Open the door. Inside is a 30 by 30 round dome. The ceiling is smooth, like polished stone, gray, a dark gray. And the second you open the door, on the opposite side of the chamber, another door opens, and Frey and Ellie step inside. Ellie and Frey, you see Nemo, Maeve, and Tobias.
I really strongly just want to dash at Ellie and try to bite her face off again, but I think I'm going to exercise some caution.
Maeve's grip on Tobias's hand and Nemo's hand tightens, just very, very, and just goes. And, normally sunshiny Maeve looks at the two of them and goes, you better fucking prove to me right now that you two are who you say you are.
You guys hear this.
Who you look like.
You have no idea why they're so aggressive or what they're talking about.
Ellie sees Nemo for a moment apparently have a physical reaction that is more of a combative one at seeing Maeve, and Ellie's just going to raise the Chesterfield and be like, all right, who are you? Let's do it. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, let everybody prove who they are. Let's do this.
How?
All right. I heft the hammer up just on my shoulder quick.
No. I'm not saying we need to fight. I'm saying, how do we prove to each other that we are? We just fought you, Ellie, but it wasn't really you. And this might also just be you, but not really you. And I don't really want to go through that again because it got real awkward at the end. So can you please just, I don't know, share a secret? We don't have secrets between the five of us. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Me.
Yeah?
What's the name of my horse?
Callie.
It's good enough
I
for
also
me.
knew that. I knew that your horse's name was Callie. Does that function?
That'll work too.
Hey, Ellie. What do we know about Nemo that I don't know?
That you don't know?
That I know now. That's the big secret that I guess I don't know anymore, man.
About like people she likes and dislikes, or what are we talking about here?
I mean more the state of her well-being.
Nemo's making frantic.
Apparently you knew
Her
this whole time.
well-being, is she okay? Is Nemo okay?
I don't know anymore.
All right,
Nemo.
Ellie, I'm gonna give you a hint without giving you a hint that somebody that wasn't you wouldn't pick up on. I shared a thing about people I can talk to earlier,
that.
and I know the thing.
Nemo, did you tell him?
Tell me what? That's
It
what we're trying to
depends.
figure out.
It depends. We don't know who
Okay,
you are
okay,
yet, Ellie, so
tell
I
him.
don't know if.
Tell him
All right,
what.
I'll spill the secret because I don't care anyway. Nemo's dead. There you go. You happy with it?
All right, I'm. That's what I wanted to hear. I just want to know I'm not the crazy one here.
There
No, you're
is
fine.
panic, chaos, suspicion just sort of lingering in this room. And as it is happening, both of you have lanterns. Frey, from your lantern, you are moving the light about, and you can see a humanoid shape. It's wreathed in plumes of risking blacks or twirling black smoke. Yet it lingers in the corner, in the shadows. You instinctively move your light towards it, and Meave, you see this as well. But the second the light hits it, it's gone. Like a shadow that vanished with the flipping of a light switch. And just for the two of you, a voice says, "Well, I can't say we get visitors here very often."
New plan of action. I'm satisfied. I believe you. And Meave is going to kind of gently let go of Toby and Nemo's hands. I believe you too.
Rude. You always ignore a host when they address you.
Who's hearing this?
Just Meave and Frey.
Does anyone else hear that?
Here,
Anyone? No?
hear what? What are we hearing now?
I hang the lantern on the end of the Chesterfield, on Ellie's Chesterfield.
You hang it on the end of the Chesterfield, and like as you do, again, out of the corner of your eye, you spy the same wispy figure of smoke, still unmoving, hovering a foot off the ground, its limbs long, hanging like a scarecrow's, but this time it's a few feet closer to you. And when you instinctively turn the Chesterfield towards it, nothing. It's gone.
Okay.
We ain't alone in here.
Okay. All right. Did you hear that, Frey?
Yeah, I heard. You heard it?
I heard it. Okay.
Right.
Whoever you are, I wasn't intending to be rude. I just had to resolve this thing with my friends first. Who are you? I'm an archaeologist. And Meave is fiddling with that necklace just nervously.
Who am I? I think the more appropriate question would be what, not who. I don't really have a name. Would you like to give me one?
Is this your prison?
Is it talking to you?
It's talking to me.
Okay.
It's talking to me.
What does it want? Tell it to go away.
It's saying hello.
Prison.
Hi.
Home. It's a sort of thing.
Are you stuck here?
Let's just say it's my temporary vacation.
Is anyone else here with you?
No. Just me.
You looking to get back to work?
I'm looking for a great many things. I'm what you would call the start of everything. I am infancy. I am a comprehensible thought. I am a concept. Nemo and Toby, for you, the figure in the room is quite different. As the light pools towards the corner, it stops short. A shadow covers a strong-shouldered man, but creeping out of the blackness is a deep plum sleeve. An old, aged hand grips a cane with a brass lion's head. And the voice says, "You know, your friends have been talking for some time. I wonder who they're talking to."
Says that to not Frey and Neve.
Nope, Nemo and Toby.
I mean, they're talking to you, are they not? This is the only I don't know who they're talking to. I don't know anymore. Nemo, what, or he doesn't know. Nemo can hear it.
Do I recognize this voice or this brass lion head?
There is something very, very familiar about the visage of
Okay.
this thing.
Okay.
I don't recognize it at all.
No.
No.
Here. You're here, really? Okay.
Am I?
No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Am I a familiar face?
Am I supposed to answer the question?
Is he dead too?
I mean, I don't, are you, sir?
Would you be more at comfort or less if I responded with, "Yes, child"?
Doesn't really matter what I want, so... would
It doesn't, does it? I think your silver-tongued liar provoked an interesting question. Since you've entered this prison, you have all been seeing different things. Have any of you stopped to consider which of you is seeing what is real? What actually resides in this place? Or what I even look like? Just thought, mind you. Not really important. Just a thought.
I mean, I think you're just as good of a liar as I am, and we're all seeing what we don't want, what is not real.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Like, if you perceive something, then it might as well be real. I don't think any of us are seeing anything more real than anybody else.
Is there a reason you're talking to us a couple at a time? Or one at a time? Can't you just talk to all of us? Because Meave hears the one side of this conversation and nothing else, so Meave is like, okay, I know what's going on.
The shadow sort of shifts as you're moving light. And every time you catch it out of the corner of your eye, it is moving closer and closer. And it says, "Sorry. Call me a thespian, I suppose. Theatrics, just a moment. I have one more to speak to. And then we can all get on the same page."
I would appreciate that. By all means.
Ellie, what you see, you are clearly standing in the light. The figure in front of you is completely illuminated. It is a gray, dusty robe. The hood is pulled up, hiding the features of the face. But as the head stares at you, you cannot help but shake the feeling that someone or something is in this room. Somewhere you cannot see. And it is also watching you. And even though you kind of want to look around and, shake that from your consciousness, it's difficult to turn your vision away from this hooded figure. And it says to you, Ellie, "So, why are you here? Have you come to free me? There are a few options on the table if you're willing to discuss them.
Go on.
Simple. To the point. Let's bring everyone in together. Suddenly, there is like a harsh static, and there is a migraine that burns at the back of all of your skulls, except for Ellie. Ellie, you are completely fine, but everyone else, there's just that like, forks on dishes and everything. And you all see the same things I described before, but now it addresses all of you. And it says, it seems you all have a decision to make. Personally, I dislike decisions. If one makes a decision and it ends poorly, there's the guilt of self-loathing. But if someone else makes the decision, well, if all goes wrong, I know exactly who to blame. You have 3 options. Would you like to hear them or discuss amongst yourself? Consider what's comfortable, disturbing.
I understand it's a bit rude to ask you to change yourself for our comfort, and I don't know if anyone else is, but this noise, this fork thing, can you stop it, please?
God, please, God, yes.
Everyone sees a singular arm swirl around, pull back, and the static stops.
Thank you.
Thank God. Thank God. First, can you at least the bare minimum before we talk? Promise us we're safe here. Like no more shadow monsters, no more, at least for the duration of our conversation.
Why?
Because we came here to talk to you. We can't talk to you if there are knives creeping around in the shadows at our backs. We can't have a decent conversation like that. That's inhospitable, isn't it? We're in your house right now, right?
Well, I've been very lonely, and as long as you're talking to me, why would I do such a thing?
We would have talked to you sooner if we knew where you were.
Would you?
Yes.
Maybe you knew where I was the entire time.
If we knew where you were, we wouldn't have gotten and fought those shadow monsters. We wouldn't have separated ourselves. We wouldn't have done these things.
Who's to say that those shadow monsters are under my control? Who's to say that my jailers didn't put them there?
You're one of the 13, aren't you?
No,
No.
I am something different.
What are you?
Equally dangerous.
That doesn't clear things up too well.
No, it doesn't.
There a 14th?
Perhaps.
I do a scrutiny check based on the way that this fool talks, where he says a lot of, what if it was this way, or what if it was that way? And this is the first very clear no that he has given. Do I feel like he's just playing with us?
This is going to be like a target number 15 with disadvantage.
With
Oh, with disadvantage. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still technically happen, so let's give it a go.
Roll the dice.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It did not
It did not happen.
Didn't
Cool!
happen.
I got a something, not a 15.
You got a couple numbers.
You are stepping into the arena of something very old and very ancient and very mysterious.
Maeve is going to say... Oh, shit, I forgot what Maeve was going to say.
Sorry.
No,
Ellie-
it's fine.
Ellie, one, is just going to ask, what does everybody look like? emotively right now in front of this thing. I think Ellie, she's sort of just gritting, like steeling herself, really, just staring at this guy or thing. But what is everybody else's emotional state?
This is an it, for all intents and purposes.
Maeve is intrigued but very nervous, I think is the best way. And they're fiddling with, they've got a little, like it's on a little rope, and they've got a little gold, like 2 spirals necklace that has remained mostly like tucked under their shirt, just inconspicuous, just not really important. And they are just obsessively fiddling with it with one hand, and they've got their other hand around their book, and they're just, there's both. There's nervousness, but there's also curiosity, and yeah, they're kind of warring, I think is pretty easy to see. I mean, Maeve's kind of a hard on the sleeve person, like 70% of the time anyway.
I think Tobias, now that he said that we're not in immediate danger, and now that we're something obvious to talk to, now he's a little bit more confident.
Nemo is disappointing Ellie because she has moved to be standing behind Ellie. She looks extremely scared in a way that doesn't seem to vibe with how she normally responds to monsters. Seems like she might be responding to something else. And she is looking at Ellie to see what Ellie is going to do. Not even really looking at it that much, just watching Ellie.
Bray is disturbed and tired. He's trying to steel himself right now. He is concerned that he saw a painting that was so close to home that something got in his head to create that painting. He is convinced there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So he's trying to steel himself, but he also knows he is in over his head right now. There is something going on that he truly does not understand.
Ellie's gonna lean towards Maeve and Tobias and say, I think this is all for you. You two should probably talk to this thing. Get us out of here, please. And then back up towards Nemo and just stand side by side with Nemo.
Is one of whom they called the 13 here?
No.
Is there a history check or anything I could do? Like,
You don't know what you're talking to,
Okay.
and it's not giving you any
that's
information.
entirely valid.
Okay. We could be a lot more cordial if we knew your name. What do we call you? What you know an awful lot about us right now, but we don't know anything about you.
I don't have a name. I'm a concept, an idea. I would love one if you want to give me one.
What are you the concept of?
Where everything comes from. I am an idea. Before you were born, someone had to think about you. Someone had to think about the fear or the joy of having a child. Every invention, everything that's ever been made starts with concept. That is me. I could tell you what I want to do, what I am, but let's face it, I don't trust you, and you definitely don't trust me, and I could just lie, and you would be dissuaded, or I could tell you something terrible, and if you released me, you'd have the guilt to live with.
Okay,
So how about we just bury it under the rug?
So should we call you what? Figment? Puff
Idea?
the magic dragon?
Let's call him all right. He likes this word concept so much. Let's call him Connie.
When you say that, there is a sort of crack, like a glass has been shattered across the front of the face of the figure you're looking at, and then it just splits open, and the creature says, "Ooh, careful."
We're setting. We can't. That's entrapment. And
You're dealing with things you don't understand.
But that was
Right.
I was
bad.
originally
That
known.
was, okay.
I was originally known as. Is it real?
oh. Oh. You're what was on the plaque.
Yeah.
What was that? When I said your name, something happened. What happened?
Well, you see, ideas are dangerous. The more you give them substance, the more real they become. Just to give you an understanding of what to do if you're going to release me.
What are... You said we had 3 options. What are they?
The way I see it, yes. I'm glad we're getting down to the point when you've been dwelling in here for so long. Small talk becomes boring.
I thought you said you were lonely.
I am, but if you stay here long enough, even the rocks have conversations to say. The first is you could simply let me go. You set me free, I'll simply strut out of here, find a nice little home to do what is within my nature, and it's a gesture of good faith. I suppose I could, I don't know, torture a poor soul or make them feel something terrible.
Gesture of good faith, huh?
Well, I mean, the hero that stumbled their way into my dwelling, I would like to reward them. It's not desirable, though. The second option, which personally is my favorite, is once I get out of here, I'm going to be a bit weak. Frail, even. Prison takes a toll on a soul. I'd love a pair of strong arms, a strapping shoulder to lean on, a host, you could say. And no, before you get any silly ideas, I won't be weak enough for you to kill me, so just shove that one in the garbage. But if one of you was willing to be a host, we could play that old game of, bond with an ancient power, incredible gifts, but at what cost?
Sounds dangerous. What's the third option?
I really don't recommend it. You could put me in a box, an object of some sort, but I must warn you, I would be quite upset. This decision never ends well for mortals. They always think they can just lock us in a vault, tie us to a rock, and toss us into the ocean. But someone always finds us, and when they do, we tend to be quite vengeful. You know what? You definitely don't want to consider this option. In fact, forget I even said it. Let's go back to option 1 and 2.
Listen, Figment, I don't know anything about you. So, just so I have a clearer idea of exactly what our options are, you're offering to torture someone at our request as a gift.
That would be if I just got let loose.
Yeah, if when we do let you, wander about the mortal coil and all that, is that what you do? Do you torture people? Is that your gig?
I will find a nice, delectable little home and do what is my nature.
Which is?
What is your nature? Yeah.
Stand-up comedy. Can't you tell?
Come on. I mean, really, we are okay. I'm going to level with you here. We're stuck in here for all I know. as much as I understand, we got ourselves in here, but I don't know how to get ourselves out. So probably we've got to do one of these three things to get out. So one of these three things is going to be done. If we even, let's just take, for example, let's say one of us would offer ourselves as a host. We're not going to do that without knowing what you're going to do. We have to have at least a general idea. I mean,
Well,
we could let ourselves rot away in here and just spend the rest of our very short lives starving to death if we thought we didn't trust you enough to let you loose. So maybe level with us a little bit.
And just from your point of view, if we do go with number 2, knowing what you want to do with the body would be helpful, right? Like if you were, you wanted to get into some real fist fights, we would choose a different host than if you wanted to, slither around in the dark. So it would be beneficial to you if we knew what you would do.
If it's your favorite option, you've got to sell it to us honestly, because we want to know what to expect.
you say honesty. But would you really believe anything I said?
No. I'd try to figure out if I could.
Let's just say that my nature is something you may not enjoy. And leave it at that. The more descriptive I get, the more visceral, it would just bring you guilt. What evil did you release on the world? What terrible sin did you commit? How many people would suffer? And if I were to say it was stand-up comedy, as we've seen before, you obviously wouldn't believe me. So let's just say it's gray. As for the second option, I don't take control. It's a friendship, a symbiotic relationship. Let's take a look at you. You. Oh, oof, a scholar. I don't like scholars. They're always caught up in their facts. So bound into reality. They lack imagination. Definitely no to that one. This one. Well, dear, you got killer in your eyes. I abhor violence. It's so messy, simplistic. I like the big one. Simple, indifferent. Honestly, I can say there's nothing special about you. Nothing that interests me, at least. You could be okay, I suppose. But you... Oh. There's an emptiness inside you. So many voids. So many things I could fill. Lots of room to move around in. We could be great together, Nemo.
Was he talking to me?
It was.
Okay. Nemo does take a moment to laugh when he says there's so much that I could fill. But, otherwise does not respond.
And then there's the liar. There is a deep-rooted ambition in you. That could be, like a forest fire. It could consume everything. Ambition is unpredictable. It's so easy to let it out of the box and take control. Yes, I have a vote. I would prefer the liar. I would prefer Nemo. Or the big one. The other ones of you are not ideal, and I will say, if you're mean to me, I will be terrible to you.
So, Frey pulls a cigar out of his jacket, uses Ellie's lantern to light up. What the hell do we get out of this?
Power. all sorts of dark gifts, and the knowing that whatever evil I am is not released on the world. And I will say, this is one of the few times I'm honest, which is very rare. I'm like having a puppy. As long as you feed me every now and then, I'm okay. I'll cuddle up onto your lap, put my head down, and I won't say a word. But if you don't feed a dog, it gets real hungry. And sometimes it might get hungry enough to eat its master.
What do you need to eat?
I don't like to plan ahead. You know, that whole spiel I gave about decisions. I live by the seat of my pants. I go on a whim. Sometimes I see something I want and I say, Papa, Papa, may I have that toy in the window, Papa?
It's a concept of an idea.
You understand me more than most. Wise words.
You're not fully formed yet, are you? It takes a lot of it sounds like you need a lot of direction.
Well, if you set me free, let's just say.
We're not setting you free.
I suppose I could wait here longer then. Someone will come along. If you came into the mountain, there's probably more behind you. As I said about the box.
Yeah, that's the problem here. We know what's coming behind you.
Finds us.
We know what's coming behind you. We're not letting that happen.
What
I
would
suppose
you
you'll have to set me free then.
You're coming
Would you-
with us.
Would you give them that power?
Oh, I would offer the same to you. I simply wish to be free.
You wouldn't like them. They're
I-
all quite violent.
And rigid.
We don't. They have a worse direction than we do. And we don't want whatever it is pointed in that direction.
They seem to be less interesting than you then. But
Really dull, yeah.
as the old saying says, beggars can't be choosers.
So you're begging us?
I would never. I'll take what option I can get.
I suppose the chances of us having a private conversation are slim to none.
If you think I haven't heard everything you've said since you've been in here,
Yeah.
I am disappointed.
You said you'll take what you can get.
Well, if you reject me, I suppose I'll take one of the barbarians who'll be more than happy to make a deal with the devil.
What if we don't reject you, but we take option 3? Not as a way to lock you away forever so you're never found, or we hope no one ever finds you, but we take you with us and we discuss what best option there is between 1 and 2. We know you'll eventually get out.
Some of my betters have done the same thing. That's where I have the least influence. Why exchange a strong prison for a weak prison? I am tired of being locked up. And I promise you, whatever box you put me in is not as strong as this place.
And that's exactly right. You'll get out. What?
I don't want another prison.
Now, that's just the wrong concept of the wrong idea. Think of it more as a home, a temporary apartment before you move into your palatial estate.
You're adorable. No.
What
I
are
have a
the
question.
vibes that I'm getting off of Toby right now? As the other chosen vessel.
The vibes you're getting off of Toby is we came in here with one purpose, to get to this thing before the guild is.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take this thing up on its offer. It's better with us than with the guild. At the very least, we can direct it towards a good cause.
Concept. I've got a question. Two, if I'm being honest. There was a statue, and it said, "When the one long forgotten stirs from its chambers," but I couldn't read the rest. Do you remember what it says?
Yeah.
Would you tell me?
Would you release me?
Well, I don't want to speak for everyone, but I really think that we don't really have much of a choice, because it's either that or we let the guild get to you. So, operating under the assumption that you're probably coming out of here with us, I have just 2 questions I want answered, then I'll shut up and let everyone else decide. That's the first question.
Well, as the greatest poker player in the world, you could say, I'm going to hang on to my cards and use them as a bargaining chip. Because if you decide to go the host route and give me a host I like, I promise I will tell you.
Do you want to play poker? Do you want to bargain? Because I'm the archaeologist here. I'm the one that got us into this bloody place.
I know.
If anyone can get us out, it's probably me. And if I said that you're one of the tyrants and there's another, and we need to put you in a bloody box and take you out of here that way, because it's the only way that you're going to be the least amount of damage to anyone, they'd probably listen to me. So talk about bargaining chips. I've got a couple. If you could answer one fucking question straight, then we might get somewhere.
Do I have your word that if I answer this question, you won't put me in a box?
With everyone else's permission, you have my word.
Well, then your word means nothing.
Well, then why don't you give everyone a chance to fucking answer? What do you all think?
I think this thing doesn't know what it is, but it does need direction. I think we can give it a concept. We can give it a concept of heroism. We can give it a concept of the savior. We can give it the concept of helping people. How's that for a concept? We can have it join up with us, which is the very thing we came in here to do, and it can destroy the guild. It can dismantle them. It can save all the people in Malifaux. It can save all the people in Earth.
Are you saying you can control it?
I'm saying it's going to do a hell of a lot more with me than it is with the guild.
I think you're wrong, except for the part that it should be with us and not the guild.
I think we don't have any other options.
Tobias, are you sure that you're in like a place where, you know, this is a good decision for you to make?
I'm in the best place I've been all day. This is the only place where I know I have a smidgen of control. And I'm gonna Connie, Muse, Figment, I'm gonna take you up on your offer. You can come with me. You're gonna have to work against the guild. You're gonna have to do some good in the world. Can you do that?
Absolutely. You described to me what I am, and I will be that. So, if I'm going to be in you, you're going to have to tell me what I look like. But if I were to be in you, I would have to look like you. So tell me, Tobias, what do I look like?
You look like me.
Describe yourself to me.
No. You just got the assurance that you're not being put in a box, and now you're going to answer my question.
I forget. What is the question?
I asked you if you remembered what the part of the plaque on the statue that had worn off said. The beginning said, "When the one long forgotten stirs from its chambers." I want to know what the rest said. And if you don't know, I have another question that I'm happy to have you answer instead.
Something about dreams and reality and making them real. It's
the same shit that's in the rest of the fucking jail.
If that's how you want to take it.
Concept. When I looked at that statue, I knew if you got out of here, everything would change for me. But you don't want to be in me. So why did I feel that way?
Dreams are a strange thing. Sometimes when we sleep, our surface thoughts are not in control, but a deep, defined, unknown feeling where fear happens. How often do you dream about your teeth falling out, your hair falling from your head, falling from the sky? Strange, weird fears, almost as if they whisper, something is about to happen. There's an explosion in the distance, a firework. Boom.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay. Fine.
Something amazing is going to happen. Let's just strap up and go for the ride.
All right, Concept. It is clear to me that this is not my adventure. So, thank you for answering my questions. I will hope the best comes of it. Hope that we made the right choice. And
You
I
did.
will hope that I get something out of it, I guess.
You will definitely get something out of it. Tobias, tell me what I look like.
You look like a young man, about this tall, handsome as all hell.
The
Silver
shadows shift, meet your height. Hair pulls out.
Beard, hat, you get the idea.
Forms. Jaw shifts. Eventually, from out of the shadows steps a perfect image of Tobias. It grins and turns into a swirl of smoke that quickly dives low and goes up into your nostrils and your mouth. It lifts Tobias off the floor. He is incapacitated. Eyes roll back into his hand or into his head, arms outstretched. He floats about 3 feet off the floor and is gently placed back down. About 30 seconds go by. Tobias, your hat's on the floor, and you wake up.
You know, check himself out. All right, where to go?
Tobias, is that you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's me. He's gonna pick his hat up off the floor, put it back on.
Feeling all right, partner?
Feeling a bit better than all right, if I say so myself. You still here, buddy? Concept?
If we are going to be friends, I would like a name. Figment was nice.
All right, Figment it is. How are you going to help us get out of here? We have, for all I know, we got 30 guild soldiers. waiting at the door. What are we gonna do about that? Put your
help
heroism
you.
to the test.
I can help you with most. Let's see how we break them. And we are going to end it there. Before we get into the big guild fight.
Making deals with the devil over here.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. It's like us or the guild. Us or the guild.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of what we set it up to be.
I'm satisfied with it.
Of course you are. You got like an ancient power living in your ass.
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound
Wait,
that
what?
nice.
I mean, does it actually?
Why does it have
live
to
in
be
his ass?
there? Never mind.
Am I gonna fart at the guild and they're gonna die? I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
What an embarrassing superpower.
I feel like it's just gonna start inhabiting the radio, and like there's just gonna be it's gonna start talking through the radio now.
That was the item it was going to go to. If you guys put in the item, it was going to go to the radio.
See, that
Don't
would.
lift the curtain.
Oh! Here we go.
Curtain
Anyway,
lifted.
so anyway, thank you everyone so much for joining us for another fantastic episode of Twisted Veil. We want to shout out all the people who have joined the Ink&Lyre family tonight. First of all, I want to thank Roll for Felicity for rating with a party of 5, and the people that followed along with that, which is Lenny, I guess, Night Sign, and Byron Cavendish with the Prime subscription. So thank you everyone so much for that. If you're enjoying this content, you can catch us here every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time as we take on more of the Malifaux world. You can see us next tomorrow, Wednesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time as we go through the world of Barovia, where I myself, Daniel, the Oracle in the Sky, am running the party through the Curse of Strahd. Tomorrow we're actually going through Argensvort. So, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I've been going with that pronunciation the whole time. Yeah. So we'll be there tomorrow, 7:30 Central Standard Time, playing through Curse of Strahd. Friday, Lauren is beating Mana Madan, no matter how long it takes or how many people she has to prematurely kill. But she will do it in her own time, and that series will wrap up Friday. And then Monday is our show, Fate's End. You can find myself, you can find Nemo there as well as we play through our homebrew Dungeons & Dragons 5e world. Mondays at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So we are going to send you all off on a raid. I'm going to find someone for you here in just a minute. But if you are, so thank you all so much for watching. If you want to support the show, follow us, subscribe. If you got Amazon, you get that Prime subscription for free. And you can also support the show by telling all your friends about it and following us on all the socials, Ink&Lyre, everywhere, and telling everybody that you know how much fun you had here tonight. So thank you all so much. We will see you all next week. Bye-bye.